Hi, hi.
Ooh, I see you brought some dinner. There's
Yeah,
that. What you got?
it's left over there. Come on.
Yeah, I ain't had to eat. We already ate on my house, so I will just be watching all the yummy dinner.
I always eat.
What you got? What you got there?
Some different hamburgers, chicken, beef.
Nice.
Left over from the gourmet.
Dinner,
It's not
huh?
much, but
It's not much. Holy cow!
well, you haven't seen what we ate in today and yesterday.
I guess you had a spread, huh?
My belly just grows about 2 or 3 sizes by now. So, how were your days?
It was just we had a good Christmas. It was just kind of relaxed, and we're actually going to do dinner later this week with the family. We kind of just did one just for us. I've got my son. He usually comes down for the holidays after the holidays, so we kind of celebrate almost 2 holidays. We do a little one for us, and then a little bigger dinner when they come down. No one complains because they all like to eat. So
Who doesn't?
yeah. So how was your Christmas? Everything go good?
Yeah. First day just with the family, and today with the grandmas and stuff.
Nice.
It was nice.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about it. You get to see all your family. Oh, who do we got here? Let them on in.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hi.
Merry late Christmas.
Well, thank you. Yeah, happy Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day.
Yes.
So what have you?
That's an American thing, I think. Boxing Day?
Actually, it's English and Australian. You box up a bunch of things to give to charity on the day after Christmas.
I was thinking literally like in sport.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too originally when I first heard of it. But it's about boxing up stuff for charity.
Ah.
That's very nice.
Who else
we got? Parasite. I knew he'd bring some yummies.
Oh, yeah. I'll be with you guys in a minute. I'm eating.
What are you picking, Chris? I know you're picking something there.
Oh, I'm trying to pick this bigger conquest.
Oh my Lord!
So here's like an American 1100.
Jeez, oh man!
So it's quite a big buck.
Good God!
I'll say, holy cow!
And I can't remember how I used to pick it. I can't remember the tricks and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, that makes it fun. It's like a new lock,
Yeah. So I got to figure it out again.
Cool. And what are you eating, Paracentric? Just the regular old Christmas leftovers?
Yeah, pretty much some homemade mac and cheese and mashed potatoes and gravy, some string beans with a marsala sauce, turkey, and some beets.
Yum!
Nice.
Totally cool.
Yeah, my wife goes to town on Christmas dinner. This is only like half the things she made.
I see a lot of people on the comments. I have to go back and say hello to everybody here. Okay, so we got J. Gabriel, Dana Reed, G. Keyman 565. Let's see. Chris and Paracentric are already on here. And who else did we have? I saw somebody else. Dude. And I saw Squiggle Dork. And who else? Isaac Cashman, Rune International, Terry B. Picking. And hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'm very sorry. I kind of just scrolled through really quickly. Hello, everybody. And Merry late Christmas. But Merry Christmas. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas. Isaac Cashman says, I thought it was about boxing up stuff for crazy ways of customers who fight each other to get the last one. Oh, and Steve's lockpicking is here too.
Hey,
I don't know if I said that.
I gotta look at my comments. Cancel. And Squiggle Dork.
Yep, Squiggle Dork was in here. Oh, and Squiggle Dork, if you're still here, last episode Isaac Hashman did a whole kind of a tutorial almost about the Illinois duo to show you how to put yours back together, because he heard that you we saw that you said yours was sitting in a bag. So Isaac did a nice little kind of tutorial all about the duo to help you get yours back together. So yeah, if you want to check it out on the last episode, I think it was right after you left, we had started getting into more details about it, and just wanted to let you know because he had some really good information about the duo in that one. So, oh, okay. Isaac said they spoke on Discord. Cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't know how to get a hold of Squiggle Dork. So, but anywho, how was you guys' Christmas, anyways?
I had a good one. It was, the first part was kind of quiet. And then I went over to my friend's house and we played a game. And I'm really terrible at games, but and we had dinner and visited, and I got some really good information about how I can. I'm having trouble with my phone. There's too much in the cloud.
Oh, okay.
And I don't really know how to use my computer or laptop much. And
Right.
so I got information on that, and also about an external hard drive that I can get. So once I plug it in, this hard drive into the phone or into the computer,
Yeah.
or the laptop, then it will suck out all the stuff out of the cloud, and then I can start filling up the cloud again. So
Oh yeah, those are nice. Those external hard drives. They make them so big now. You can put so much stuff on there.
this one has 2 triceratops, I think.
Yes. Yeah, you should be good with that. You should never ever need another one, probably, because that's a lot.
Well, each and every single video I've ever made is on my phone. So
well, then yeah, you probably need about 10 of those.
2,380. Those are just not photos of other stuff. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so there's a lot of junk on my phone, and I just like using the phone because it's here.
Yeah.
And I finish doing like what I'm doing,
Yeah.
Then I post and I go to iTunes movie, and boom, boom, boom. 45 seconds later, it's going.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do that forever.
No, it gets clogged up. But you know what, Chris? Once you do that, move all that stuff, your phone will probably, it'll probably run faster too, because you'll have all that, even though it's on the cloud.
Right.
When you're doing your videos and stuff, and you got to upload all that, and it's just always backing up, so it's gonna slow it down a little bit. So that ought to help you out a lot.
That's what she said. So anyway, the external hard drive is supposed to come next couple of days, and then I'll go back over there, and then
Nice.
I'll take my stuff and act like a dummy that I am, and then she'll fix it all, and
Nice.
then I'll be a happy guy. Well, I'm a happy guy anyway, but
He'll be happier.
I'd be much happier if I get this thing. I'm in a fall set, but I just can't remember how to conquer this conquest.
Yeah,
I put it on my channel before, but I'll get it. Oh, and I wanted, I don't see Picksmith here. I hope he shows up, because I posted the Panda Frog Challenge registered mail lock, and Picksmith has won to be the next guy to get it.
Oh, he's going to be excited.
So I wanted to give him a heads up on that. And I also have a really cool challenge lock from Tinny, Beer Can Bushcraft, that he's going to like too. So
yeah, he'll probably be very happy.
But he might be, with family or traveling or whatever.
Yeah, I think he was still I don't know. I thought he was still traveling. I don't.
Well,
He was complaining about the weather a couple days ago. We had all that terrible weather, and it was like, I think with the wind chill, it was minus 27. And he was saying, "How do you live like this? Oh my gosh!" And I said, "Well, just wait till next week. It's going to be 55 degrees." So I know he was over this way because he's complaining about the weather.
Well, yeah, here it was like yesterday. It went up to, I think, 80.
Jeez,
So,
man.
And it was blue sky and sunny, and all week I've been going to the casting pond and casting my new fly rod that I won, and trying other fly rods that I have. And I mean, it's just, we're spoiled here.
Yeah, I think it would be super. I've never had a Christmas that was warm ever. So I think it would be so odd. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do. I really wouldn't. I think it would be super
like
weird.
For you.
Yeah.
You have to turn up the heat in the pool. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry.
I just think it would be so odd. I'd be very out of sorts, I think. But this year it was ridiculous because it was really cold for Christmas. You don't usually get that cold.
Yeah, like scary cold.
Yeah. We were afraid all our little squirrels, we throw peanuts out to them all the time, and we were reading about them. And when it gets that cold, if they're not all chubby from eating all summer, and if they're, not younger, they can die in that weather. So we were like, oh no, our poor squirrels.
Yeah, mine are all out and getting all the acorns, and I mean they're just all over the place and happy, and and sometimes when it gets too hot, you can see them in the shade in the oak tree, and they'll be stretched out totally flat, when it's hot, trying to chill.
Yeah, I was just thinking ours did that over the summer. We had a couple really hot days, and I seen a couple of them just laying out like that. It was funny.
Yeah, they do this thing.
And they just wouldn't even come out. Yeah, they wouldn't even come out they would just stand there staring at us. We're like, here's the peanuts. You throw them out and they come running like you're calling them to come get them. And they were just staring at us like, no way, it's too hot. Can you bring it up here?
We need delivery service.
Yeah.
Well, Slinky doesn't chase the squirrels, but if they were to come over like in the old days before Slinky was out there, I had one that would come up and sit on the chair, the arm of the chair next to me, and take squirrels out, or take peanuts out of my hand and stuff.
That's cute.
And but with Slinky, I mean that's a little bit too much. She'll watch them, across the yard and going up over the fence and stuff. But if they were to come over, I think she would get a little more interested.
Yeah, probably. She'd probably get jealous too. Like,
yeah, it's like, hey, this is my territory.
Yeah, we had a couple of them that would come up right up to you and just kind of take them right out of your hand. They were cute ones. Yeah, we've also got a giant hawk. We've got a giant hawk out there. So they've been playing the hide and seek game the last couple days. It's funny because you'll see the hawk flying overhead, and all the squirrels will just go nuts. They're like talking to each other, and they're like making these little chittering noises, and then they all start looking around and like they tell each other. It's very funny.
Like, yeah, watch out. Danger, danger.
Yeah. They sure did. So LockHeat's working on a dimple lock. He's got a dimple lock.
K Nord, if I pronounce this correctly. It's 4-pin pin dimple.
Those pin and pins are difficult.
Isaac is talking about a red squirrel that they used to feed.
Aw.
In the comments.
Oh, he said would even climb up his arm to get peanuts. That's cute.
Yeah, if you work with them slowly, they want those peanuts.
Yeah, they do. They sure do love them, man. We'll get walnuts every once in a while for a change, and you should see them. They love those things, man.
Yeah, and it's funny because like peanuts and walnuts are not bitter, but acorns off of oak trees are extremely bitter, but they eat them up just as fast.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know what I but they'd rather have walnuts or peanuts.
Yeah,
but that's
think
mostly they'd live on is the acorns here anyway. Man, this thing does not want to cooperate.
Yeah, mine's not cooperating either. I got the hang of this one all week. I was been getting it open, and now that I back on camera
live, which makes it
you really don't want to open.
Times as hard. Live makes it 8 times as hard.
Yeah, that's just that's honestly a true thing. I don't get it. I don't.
Those lock sport mysteries. All right, I gotta find another conquest.
All right, I got this to go down into the fall set. Now I shouldn't even be able to.
Oh, I got me a chub. But this is the conquest as well, a chub conquest.
Oh wow!
I guess they're both chub yeah, they're both chubs. So I have the smaller one, and I can barely hold this in my left hand with 3 fingers. Yay! Way to go!
Nice job, LockHeat.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, Dew says he was being held up on this 7240 for half an hour now, and then Isaac was saying, speaking of hawks, back at that same old place, I would see hawks sitting up on the telephone poles and suddenly would dive straight down to catch something. It's very cool to see that. But then, also worried for the squirrels. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, at the casting pond, there's gophers, so that the hawks will get up in the tree and look down and try and swoop down and get a gopher.
Are those 1100s per eccentric? You going to bust out some 1100s to pick?
1100, and I haven't touched this one in a while, so 1300. Big boy.
Huh.
I've got some 1200s and 1300s.
I never saw that.
Yeah, quite a bit bigger.
Cool. Yeah. That's pretty neat.
We'll give that a shot. Look, Santa brought me a few things too over here. I got some land spy key stuff here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you too. Yeah.
I got the
Very
fixed hand
Ooh,
and the
that's
hand vice
cool.
stuff. I tell you, I like this hand vice stuff, especially this one for the Euros. Wow.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
So much easier to hold on to that stuff.
Oh, yeah. LockHeat got a set of those, too. Wow. That was a nice giveaway. Wow.
And you threw in some extra stuff also.
LockHeat got all kind of goodies.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Let me warm up the 1100.
Oh, geez. Squiggle Dork says he has to pick his duo springless. You should be able to pull it straight out. Oh, okay. Don't feel bad. I think we all do stuff like that. Have then later go, man.
All right, I think I got this one. I just turn it. Ta-da!
Oh, congratulations. That's a nice big giant
It's a
open.
Okay, now I have to let my hand rest.
Wow.
Oh, well, very cool. And what are the chatters saying? See, I have a chat. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can kind of see it. Anyway, Squigger Dork, I'll be in 15 minutes to show you then again. Okay, show you then. Yeah, so they are solving problems and talking about hawks and squirrels and peanuts. And Dana got something earlier, really at the beginning of the show. She got something she's been trying forever, and I'm going to go back and see what it was.
Oh, okay.
What did she get? Oh, she finally got her silly M15 that's been kicking her butt since she started this hobby. Wow.
That had to have been like
nice.
What is an M15? I can't remember what an M15 is.
I am not sure.
It's a master, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. I've forgotten more than most people have known in lock sport.
With 8,000 locks, I don't know how that happened.
She says master lock. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
It's Steve's been picking the hell out of master locks.
Congratulations, Dana.
Hi, Don's Picks. Magnum Master Lock, Dana says. And Slinky says hello. She is sleeping on the rug in the kitchen.
Oh, hello, Slinky.
Slinky Dinky Dog. Hi, Dance. Don says hi back. All right, so I'm going to let someone else come and pick, but I will continue in the chat.
All right. Thank you for stopping over and saying hello to all of us and hanging out for a few.
And if I find something to eat, I might come back on.
Yeah. Go hunt some leftovers.
Well, I got some ham that got sent home with me last night. So,
oh, yeah.
Nice ham sandwich. It could be good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll continue with the chat. So,
all right.
See ya.
Right.
See ya.
Take it easy, Chris.
I think everybody's getting a little bit tired from the Christmas day or something. At least I am a little bit slower than usual.
We're supposed to bring leftovers to this thing. I think, oh man, I got to eat again. We ate late too because my kid was working yesterday. We ate at like 8 o'clock.
Oh wow!
Oh, went to sleep full, woke up full.
Oh yeah, I give up on this duo. It doesn't open on camera. That's all there is to it. I swear I can get that thing in a couple minutes any other time. I've been here for 20 minutes. Well, since we started, 26 minutes.
Time to move to a warded lock. All right.
I'm over that one. I'm over him. I'll get out some padlock. Yeah, I was on a padlock kick yesterday. I opened a bunch of them, but of course they might not open today because I seem to have the worst luck when I'm on here.
Yeah, I've been in a bit of a slump the last 2 weeks since I got promoted at work and my job changed and it got really, really busy. So instead of doing my job, I have to know how to do everybody else's jobs too. And
oh no! Well, congratulations on the promotion, anyways.
Well, thank you. I'll get settled in here before too long, but didn't get to do much picking over the last couple of weeks, and man, it just goes to hell really quick.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. You can tell when you have, it's like everything, you forget stuff. Not
man,
forget, but you don't forget, but your hands like forget or something.
Yeah. Last month I was doing at least an hour a day, and I was getting through some locks, but wow.
I got one. I finally got one. Thank goodness. Hey guys, I know how to pick a lock, dang it.
Make it a double LockHeat.
Oh no, yes. Oh my. Yeah, seriously. I hope when I actually go to make a video on that duo, I don't even know if it'll open then. I've not tried yet, so I don't know. But the only time I've tried to pick it on camera was on here, and it wouldn't open either time. I mean, last time I picked it the whole show, tried to pick it open, and I just had no luck. And then now that I know how to do it, and I can do it pretty quickly. Oh, look at that, LockHeat. Got it again. Getting it down, LockHeat.
Time for another one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you another dimple lock now.
Yeah.
Seems like you can pick those pretty good, huh?
Well, Lens Pikey sent me this one. Let's bring out some light here. And yeah, you can see it right now a little bit.
Nice.
It's a nice, simple 4-pin pin-in-pin. Well, I know it's a pin-in-pin, but I don't feel it as a pin-in-pin. I just know because after you have a full set, you have to pick the inner pins, but I can't distinguish the two, as in the feeling.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's a nice training lock, so to speak.
For sure.
Courtesy of Lens Pikey, by the way.
Yeah, that was really cool of him. Viking lock pickers here.
Hey, welcome.
And D-Mac.
D-Mac.
Don Picks. Have you tried those handholds yet, LockHeat?
No, not yet. But I'm just trying one of the devices because I have the, how do you call it? What's it, an SPIF or something? I suck at those namings, but...
Oh, crap. I missed what you said. I heard you suck at the names, but I didn't hear what you said before that.
Yeah, the type of lock is...
Oh, I don't even know what that one is. Paracentric might know that one. Someone else might know also.
I'm old and blind. I can't see it.
Looks like
I got cheaters for my cheaters.
Well, it's nothing more than the replacement cylinders you put in a padlock or something. But I forgot that. How do you call it?
It's maybe a slag. I don't know.
I don't know the brand or type either.
Looks like it could be something like that. Slag. I'm trying to think.
Oh, kick.
Maybe that's it. Maybe yeah. You have kick and you have
key and knob. Yeah.
Let's see. I sent me some bare bones also. Maybe a nice moment to try them out. Where are they? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Another one bites the dust.
You got another one?
I did. I got another one. Woohoo! That's a good one.
Oh, today's your day.
And Paracentric just jinxed me.
I got to catch up somehow.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I busted out all my padlocks yesterday, and I was having a lot of fun. I hadn't picked one in a while, so I figured I would. Yeah, that was a super nice giveaway that Landspike he did.
Yeah, I'm very glad I won it.
It was a heck of a giveaway. He had a lot of nice stuff in that one. I'm happy you won it, LockHeat.
So did I.
You'll have supplies for a while now. He had a lot of picks in that giveaway, didn't he? Too?
Yeah, some bare bones.
That's pretty cool. Do you like them? Have you tried them out?
Well, I found them quite big if you compare it to Jimmy Long's or Sparrow's the profile.
Okay. Huh.
So I'm not sure yet. As I'm still not sure what my preferred type or brand is at the moment.
Yeah. Do wants to know, is it normal that if you have two locks of the same kind, that one is nice and the other is an evil twin?
Yeah.
I would have to say yes.
Absolutely.
And they take turns also.
Yeah, especially the 1100. If those take turns being nice and evil for sure. But yeah, that's totally. When I first started, I would do that. If I couldn't get one open, I'd buy the same lock but a different one of it, because I still wanted to be able to pick that specific lock type. But then if I just couldn't do it, I would get a second one, because then I'd still be able to learn that type of lock, but I'd be able to get it open. And then usually when I would go to get the second one, the evil one open later, I was usually able to get it eventually after picking the nice one for a while.
I've even had trouble with ones that are keyed alike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, one opens right up and the other one, nope.
Yeah, the binding order can be different on those too, right? Because each cylinder is made, and that's where the binding order comes from, the cylinder, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they could be the same key and everything, but just different when you pick it.
Yeah, and Master has such
worst
high tolerances. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Chris. And Dana says she has a set of 7 key-to-like locks, but they all pin different and pick different. She's got them all picked but one. Oh, that would drive me nuts.
That would probably be grumpy.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've had any that are key-to-like, except like they do the double-sided Euro cylinders that are, that have the same key. I never noticed but I can imagine.
There we go. There's one.
Oh, congrats. Nice job. Very nice.
All right. Now that I feel good about myself, I can Go punish myself now.
All right. There's another one. I'll roll with the padlock. They're being
keep
nice
making
to us
sure.
for Christmas.
Should make it a comfort lock day.
Yeah. Hey, it's a holiday. We're allowed to do comfort lock days.
Sounds good to me. One coming up right now.
They still make you happy when you get them open.
Yeah, I'm easy.
I'm still super happy anytime any of them come open. And I feel like I just pick something hard no matter what, even if it is easy.
I'll take it.
Hey, you know what? I bet you it would impress somebody. Right? It don't have to be another picker. Other people that don't pick, they don't know how hard it is. So we could just impress them with it.
Go find a 3-pinner.
Exactly. Chris says an open equals a happy face. Yeah, Dana says some days you can't even get the comfort locks. Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
That's a slap in the face, yeah. I need a different pick for this.
So you both probably have gotten at some point locks as a gift. And Nick Picks is doing his Secret Santa giveaway. You will see later on in the show. And
yes, I saw
he wants to know from everyone what's his favorite lock that he was gifted. So maybe a nice topic to show here.
I actually did have plans on making a video for him for that.
Come on,
to get in on his little giveaway.
Why not do it here? It's already tagged, so.
Yeah, we could. This would count, right?
This counts, as far as I know. So.
Well, my favorite lock that was gifted to me was this giant lockwood that I have plans on picking in a little while. This was a gift, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite locks ever. And nice. I just actually got it open. I had to progressive pin it and everything, and now that I got it once, I can get it almost each time now. But isn't it strange how you have to do that with some locks?
Yeah. Well, for me, it was R2, by the way. Depending on what I'm doing. This one you sent me, LadyLocks, the black American lock.
Right.
That's one of my favorites. But it's on the same level now as the one that Lensby gave me.
Yeah. So you've got a tie.
I got a tie, but that's mostly due because this is my entry level for dimple picking favorite kind of thing.
Yeah, I definitely
But talking about padlocks, then this is my current favorite. Even though I can only twice. I opened it twice now.
They're very hard to beat. I find them. I don't know if it's the tension, maybe that I just maybe I vary the tension too much on those, but I just even when I have one that I can pick easily, it doesn't seem like it goes that way the next time I try. So sometimes I feel like they're very inconsistent, you know.
Uh-huh.
So they're tough ones, LockHeat, for sure. But that first opens like a major a major milestone. So At least you got that part over with. And
Yeah, and it was live on the show also. So
yeah, and it was live, so that counts as like 5 opens.
And you, Paracentric? Do you have any luck particularly that you are glad somebody has gifted to you?
Oh, I've had a couple. Particularly like this double euro that somebody just gave to me recently.
Nice.
LadyLocks. I haven't got it open yet. It's nasty bidding on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
They are. They all have horrible, yucky bits.
what? This is 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've taken a couple stabs at it, but I haven't gotten it open yet. And I've got it in this new fancy holder.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, they're tough. They're tough locks.
Yeah, haven't never heard of that brand actually, but it's a cool lock.
What brand is it?
Pioneer.
Pioneer. No, doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah.
I have a whole new respect for those Euro cylinders now that I've had a few. They're just like a whole nother animal.
Oh yeah, I only had a couple of them before you sent me that one. Boy, they're definitely tougher. Oh, click! There we go.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Congrats. That's my favorite one when he screams like that. That was LockHeat. He recorded himself hollering and doing all that.
I have to get some new ones for the next show.
I like the doorbell. That's a good one.
Yeah, where is everybody? Sleeping.
Yeah, there's Snake. Hello.
Oh, hi, Snake.
Yeah, this is a rare day off for me, I'll tell you.
You don't usually get today, the day after Christmas?
No, not really. I mean, this year didn't even get to take vacation because it's been so busy with work, and we're growing so much this year. This is my 14th year with this company.
Oh wow!
Yeah, my buddy wrote most of this stuff over many, many years, and there were just 2 of us, and now there's 8 of us.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's pretty busy.
Mind if I ask you what you do for a living?
I have many names, but software engineer, coder, code monkey, whatever. But now I'm moving into project management now. Trying to bring this new version of software up in the next couple of months. So it's very busy, but the company, I think for the first time, was mostly taking this week off from work. So, the CTO said, well, that means we're taking this week off no matter what. So it's the first time I've been first time we've ever had time off that wasn't charged against our vacation. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll say.
And very welcome. Definitely tired.
Yeah. Yeah, just can't let yourself get stressed,
Oh, that was my middle name. That's why I was so apprehensive.
Ninja. Now you're telling me it's stressed. What?
Oh man, that's why I was so apprehensive when you started picking time. The first one I just watched, I'm like, oh no way. My blood pressure was out of control, and just any little thing was just set it off. My blood pressure would go up 30 or 40 points.
I'll give it a try. We let you hide in the corner when you come on until you were ready to be.
Yeah. I was like, if I don't vapor lock, maybe I'll come back next week. No, but it's actually worked out. It's actually it actually had the opposite effect that I thought it would. I thought I would just be anxiety ridden and not have a good time. But actually, the opposite's true.
Well, I'm very glad Could bring you some kind of fun. And yeah, I was very surprised at just how much fun it is, to just having like somebody you're not picking alone and get to talk about all your locks. And it's very hard to do that when it's only you and your family's going, okay, it's a lock. You opened it. You opened 17 of them already. What?
Yeah, well, you're going to do it again? Yeah.
You're like, no, there's serrations on these pins. You don't understand.
And this one's tapered.
Yeah, right? Like, whatever. You're so weird.
And definitely no pressure. That's what I cherish the most.
Yeah.
It's not like work at all. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that can be
Oh, and you got customers and big clients and yep.
Yeah, that's nice that you have a little hobby that you can actually enjoy. Like, go sit in the corner, and you wouldn't think picking a lock would make you less stressed, but I feel like it does for me.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Hello, Pocket Woman. Welcome.
Pocket Woman. Hello. Merry Christmas.
Good day.
Happy holidays, I guess. Yes, Dana is 100%. I agree with that 100%. They're like puzzles to me too. And yeah, it is scary. I actually got, I think it was like Kwikset was the first ones of the door locks that I actually tried to open, and I thought it was going to give me a little bit of a fight, if you will. I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to open this. It's a door lock. Someone's door lock. And I just, in about 10 seconds, opened one, and my mouth fell open. I was just like, what? Like, oh my gosh, somebody had that on their door, like, to secure their home when they are not. And I mean, I understand, like, your house is only as safe as, the glass in your windows. I get that. But if to me, I worry, like, when you're not home, people sneaking in your house and taking your stuff and stuff like that, where people want to be stealthy and whatever. And I just think, a lot of people wouldn't break a window because they don't want to attract attention. So I don't feel like that statement kind of holds as much as you would think, I mean, if someone wants to get you, yeah, they're going to break your window. But I just mean, like, as far as just getting into your home, and I just could not believe that someone had that on their door, and they locked it at night and laid down and was like feeling secure in their bed, sleeping and leaving the house and thinking, I locked my doors, it's safe. And I just couldn't believe it, because I just started picking, and I'm like, there's no way I could open that. Oh, yes, I did. Like,
That's why there's a medical biaxial on the front.
Yeah. I have some kind of I don't even know the brand. It's one of those generic ones, but it's because we live in a house, but it's an apartment, so we have like the bottom of the house, but it's like a one of those SFIC ones. So it's kind of like a pain in the butt to get into. So I'm like, that's good.
If they can get through that, well,
I'm like, take my locks with you. If you can get through that, you're a picker. You might as well have some gear. Oh, did I see somebody's getting a birthday tomorrow? Pocket Woman, happy 27th tomorrow. So is it Pocket Woman's birthday? Is that what I'm catching?
What I saw.
No, Chris, do not have a Kwikset on the front door. Or, I mean, you could, but then put a couple other locks with it. Yeah, I sure did. I lucked out on my lock. Oh, wedding anniversary. Okay. Well, happy day early anniversary, Pocket Woman. That's a lot of years.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My 27th is coming up in 2023 here.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I couldn't believe it because I had just started picking, and I really. Then once I kind of understood a little more, I was like, wow. And then, I've seen so many now that I do lock picking. I pay attention to that stuff, you know. And
Yeah.
I've seen so many people have them on their doors, and I just go, oh my gosh.
You're just around town walking around like, oh, a Corbin.
By the way, it's Chris's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy early birthday, Chris.
And Dana is the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Congratulations, LadyLocks, you're killing it today. Oh my gosh. Good job on that.
And I just noticed that for me, it's the tension of the core for tuning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they
You
can get
regularly to see if it's already set or not.
Oh, and Dana Reed's birthday is on the 29th, so it's the 29th. So happy birthday, Dana, and happy anniversary, Pocket Woman. Very nice.
Yeah, I was hungover a couple of picking times ago. Mine was recent too.
Oh, was it? Happy birthday. Happy late birthday.
It's back in December.
Just turned 21, huh?
Just turned 21. Oh my God. No, not even close. You cut it in half and still, no. My God. Man, I turned 21, there was, oh my God. Man, there still was no internet. Internet was still like 10 years away when I turned 21. Uh-oh. Isaac?
Hey. How's it
Hello.
going, guys?
We're doing great. Welcome.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Is this going to be the new day in general, or it was just like a Christmas thing?
It's a Christmas thing.
I figured.
LockHeat was partying and he couldn't make it yesterday.
Too much aquavit.
Why didn't you do the live stream at your party?
Nah, the family. Yeah, no.
Yeah, bring your family into it.
Wait, did I miss something about Chris? Is Chris's birthday tomorrow too? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, happy birthday, Chris. Boy,
He
oh
will be
boy.
he will be the new lockpicker 69.
There's a lot of birthdays going on right now.
Yeah.
A lot of Sagittarius in the house. All right.
D-Max says, I tell my kids that I'm 27 on every birthday.
Well, I'll tell you, D-Mac, it's getting a little harder to hide. Yeah.
When I was little, I used to think my mom was 32 for like the longest time. I just always thought, or either 32 or 23. I would always think it was one of them two. And she's like, I don't know where you're getting this. Whatever. I have no idea why either. I just don't know. D-Max says they used to believe him.
When I was a kid, my mom would tell me to tell people that not her, but just in general, like any lady, that they don't look a day past 25. And so
she's a smart woman.
me being, like I'm on the spectrum, I like ASD spectrum, so I take everything so literally, especially when I was a kid.
Oh no.
So I went to my 108-year-old great grandmother who's like couldn't see or hear or move, and she had a helper and stuff, and
Oh God.
I'm whispering into her ear, "Hi, Sufta, I love you. You don't look a day past 25." And then she all of a sudden she goes, "Oh," and starts laughing. Yeah, that was
That is
my great grandmother.
That's a good thing to always tell a lady though. So your mom was right. Just wait till you get older and you use that line. They'll be loving it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Hair Centric got something.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That one worked out.
So I have the fear of God because I have to gut that. I told Picksmith I would pick and gut his lock on a video because he said he'd like to have the pins shown off and the Bible shown off and stuff. And so I'm sorry, I just thought of it looking at Isaac gutting something over there, and I'm just like, I keep putting it off because I gutted it last time and I hated putting it back together because all the pins had to, like, all these little pieces and parts and tricks, and one got stuck in the Bible. I had to pull the cover off and get that out, and oh my God, was it a disaster. So I'm hoping I'll avoid all disaster the second time, but I just keep putting it off, and I just have to get it over with because I've gutted a ton of locks before. I've gutted this one before. I just have to suck it up. And I want to do a nice job for Picksmith because, he did a really good job on his lock, and I guess I'm getting myself all like nervous about it just because of that reason, because I feel like I'm going to go to gut it on camera. I'll have said all this stuff I needed to say about his lock and shown all this stuff, and then 3 things are just going to go pew, 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 and that's going to be the end of it.
Just use shims.
Well, he said it doesn't need shims, but even if I use shims, Isaac, that's me we're talking about. I could probably lose 6 out of 7 pins using a shim too. So
just use shims around the whole entire cord. Just shim all around until it's so tight that you can't stuff any more shims.
I need a box to put it in, to do it in the box, like have a box just around the whole lock, and then put my camera through a hole in the top, and then just be like, guys, this is my gutting box. That's what I should do. That's a good idea, actually. Got little hand holes. Just do it like that. But you know what? I might have to do that.
You might have to do that. Or at least a core-shaped shim.
Oh my gosh. And what are you gutting over there, Isaac?
Schleg secure key.
Okay, everything's so many, I just have a hard time seeing. I'm looking at it, trying to look at it on my computer, but I have it kind of shrunk down a little bit. Too small.
I think they were produced 20 years ago or something like that, and then they were discontinued right away because they were sued by Kwikset. This is Schleg's version of customer rekeyable lock.
Okay.
Like the smart key.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of problems with it as well. So I have someone for the fixed here, and it has what's called the blue key. So you'd get this blue key, and if you'd want to rekey it, you'd have to get a blue key blank, and then get that cut to whatever new key you would want it to be cut to. So a locksmith would have the blank usually, and then you would go to a locksmith and ask them to cut you a new blue key. And then, or you would ask them to rekey your lock, and they would do that, and then they'd come to your place. They'd ask for your old blue key, and if you didn't have it, they would have to cut you a new old blue key from your old key, which if you didn't have, then everything would be more complicated because these locks weren't really meant to be taken apart.
Oh, okay.
So you would have to take the blue key, put it in, turn it to 11 o'clock, like that, and then you'd take the blue key out, and then you could put in your new key, whatever it's cut to, and then you could put that in, and then it would, at that point, that would be the new key for the lock. Now, it doesn't work as well with a blank key, so I have to kind of manually get this is one of the problems with the lock. You see, like, it's already causing problems. But let's say if I wanted to, try the old key now, the old key shouldn't work, right? But the new key, which is this blank, should work as long as I get these wafers or the sliders up. Yeah. And then if I go back to 11 and I take this one out and I put this blue key in, then now it should be the working one again. There we go.
Okay.
So, and then this one shouldn't work anymore. So, and then what you do is you take that blue key and you would cut it onto a blank, and then the blank should be your working key, which it is not right now. So, let's see where it messed up. Is that, or no, that's not the right key. That's why. It's this one, I believe. Yeah. So here, the customer should be using these keys, not the blue key. But the thing is that, first of all, customers would use the blue key, which has a much thinner top to it. If I compare it to a normal Schlag, you can see the blade is much thinner on the blue key.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then also the blue key has this extra piece of warding right here that pushes a little like a spring-loaded slider that allows the rekeying chamber to go in, which let's show you guys when I take this apart. But yeah, it's not, you're not supposed to use this key because you're not supposed to be able to take the key out in any other orientation besides this orientation. And if you're using the blue key, it can go out at 11.
Right.
But during the time that they started to produce these locks, they also started to change the keys, like for saving cost on metal and stuff. And brass was very expensive and everything. So they started to make the keys slightly thinner. So it turned out that these keys, you can still take them out at 11 o'clock, even though you shouldn't be able to.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes if this one is not oh yeah, there we go, it's starting to come out. It came out at 11 o'clock, which it shouldn't be able to, and then you can't easily get it back in. Sometimes you can, but then the key now isn't working anymore. You see, now you have to go and try to reconfigure it and rekey the lock. You see, even the blue key.
Yeah, I'd be mad if I put one of those on my
So that's just one of the issues right off the bat. I just used this key once and I already managed to get the lock to fail and not work anymore. So
oh no.
Yeah, that's the problem with these locks. It has not really good usability. So, and they're not too hard to pick either once you learn how to feel for them.
Right.
None of the sliders have false gates or anything like that. Which if they did, it might be a bit harder, but it's hard to say. Anyways, I'm just fixing up the ones that I currently have because they are not super rare, but they're, not as common locks. Because if anybody has any of these, you can get free recalls of them on by calling Schleg, and they'll send you a brand new one for free. Not a Schleg Secure though. They'll send you a brand new Schleg, just basic pin tumbler lock.
Oh wow!
Just under their warranty. So if I want to rekey this, you have to kind of pop these back plates off depending on what format you have. But they come with these clips that are that they kind of pop into place around this little lip here. So once they're on, they can't come off without prying them off and breaking them. So I'm sure you can get replacement caps, at least during the time that they were making these locks. Maybe not anymore. But anyways, very interesting how they work. So you'd have to try to get these out, the core out if you can, which it's not, one wafer is too low with the key. So I'd have to do it without the key.
Isaac, you should do like lock sport classes once a week for different locks, man. I swear people would tune in all over to watch this because you're very good at explaining things.
It's fun. I like locks. So then you'd put your blue key back in.
Isaac, she wants to know what's the name of that again? That's the Schleg
Secure key.
Oh, secure key. Secure key.
Or Secure Plus, some people call it, but it's the Schleg Secure key, the technical name. And then I'm basically lining up all of the sliders along the bottom edge here, which is where the true gate is on the sidebar. And I'll double check by pushing the sidebar in, which it's going in nice. So then I can put the lock back in, and I've managed to rekey it back to the blue key.
Oh.
Although, the one slider looks a little bit high. So let me see here. Yeah, feeling good now. So rekeyed.
That's pretty cool, but I think I'd be so mad if I had one of those on my door and it failed. Especially,
yeah, I've gotten a
like
couple
you were
calls.
saying, as many times as. Well, they probably couldn't. I don't imagine they could pretty much make it any better since they were sued. They probably couldn't get the kinks ironed out of it and make a different version of it.
Yeah, and as a locksmith myself, we've gotten multiple calls where people have been like, "Hey, we were having problems with their locks," and we're like, "What kind of lock do you have?" They say, "Oh, it's a Schleg," and maybe they're locked out or the lock isn't working or something, and we'll be like, "We'll get there." We'll say, "Oh, no problem, we can help you," and when we get there, it's a little plus sign on it, right? And we know right away. It's like, okay, well, you guys need to replace this or get it recalled.
Right.
But what a lot of locksmiths will do is they'll just sell them a new lock. What we'll do is we'll sell them a new lock, but help them get the warranty replacement. And when the warranty replacement comes in, we'll refund them the cost of the lock if they want to give us the warranty replacement, or if they want to give us back the lock that they bought from us and take the warranty replacement.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't really wait because they have to get a lock put in right away.
Yeah, they need a new
Pocket
lock.
Woman would like to know, is there an identifier on there? Didn't you say there was something on the front, or was I just...
This one's all dirty, so you can't see it well, but I'll show you on this one. There's a little plus sign at the top of the keyway. A lot of locksmiths say it's like a perfect little sign for you where to drill, but the reality is you wouldn't actually want to drill there. You'd want to drill where the sidebar is. But yeah, it's a funny little gesture. But I don't know if it's showing up well there, but I think...
Yeah, there it is.
So I just have a couple more I'm just cleaning here. Taking apart and making sure they're working well, because I think they're not necessarily working well. This one I think is fine.
Yeah, Paracentric jinxed me because now I can't get my lock open. It's not my fault at all. It's all Paracentric.
What are you guys picking?
You're welcome.
I think it just got a little Lockwood. What is this? 11050. I decided to pick some padlocks today just to change it up a bit, and some of them are my comfort locks, so I thought it'd make me feel happiness. But now Paracentric was like, "Wow, you're doing a great job," and now my can't get it open. What are you working on now, Paracentric?
Well, I got this 60 millimeter brass open there, and then trying to see if I can get lucky. I know I had a couple of American 1100s that I was able to rake, and seeing if I can actually rock this one open.
Yeah, I had a couple that were kind of just, I could rake a little bit and then pick a couple pins and they would open. I don't remember which ones they are now, of course, but.
Yeah, you got so many security pins in these, it usually can't rake them, but once in a while I get lucky.
Yeah, it's not impossible, especially depending on the bidding.
Right.
When
This
you
one's
guys
kinda
were
flat.
talking before, LadyLocks, about your first time picking a deadbolt, a real house lock.
Yeah.
I just was talking with, or I just left a comment on someone's video about even just basic locks, some things you can do to make them much more bump and pick resistant, even on like a cheap quick set lock, would be first of all, getting more extreme bidding. You know,
yeah.
that would impact it a lot. Adding security pins, different types of security pins. You know, and then also some different varying strength springs as well,
Yeah.
replacing the springs. You know, just basic like challenge lock knowledge. You know, you can add a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
anti-bump wafer into the inside of a spring. But I guarantee if you do even one of those things, it would have been a little bit more difficult to pick. I'm not saying that you wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just saying that.
No, but for sure, yeah.
Takes much
Especially like the
longer.
bidding, and if you did all of them, it probably would make it a little, quite a bit. You know, definitely from where it's at, quite a bit harder from what it's at. You know, from where it starts at.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Lakeview Locksport.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh, hey,
Merry
buddy.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
What have you got going on today?
This is a Dom Sigma.
Okay.
Nice.
It's a pretty fun look. I have picked it a few times. Just figured tonight would be a fun night to try it out again. There's already the full set looking for right there.
Nice. What pick are you using with that one?
This is a offset hybrid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at the full set.
Wow. Yeah, because I've got a Dom. I don't know what kind it is. I don't think there's any marks on it to tell. It just says Dom. The key. He says Mr. Mint. I have no clue. But the Dom. And I was going to try to progressive pin it, but I don't know how to gut a lock like this. I don't know how to get this off. I took both of the clamps off and I don't know what to do. I don't have
Yeah, so what I do
when
I get like a Euro cylinder or whatever, I just take a Dremel tool and I'll cut it right off at that bolt.
Okay.
And then you get access to the C-clip.
That's what I'm going to have to do then. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
didn't.
It's an IX10.
I sat here forever going, what the heck do I do now?
Yeah, so
You can get also
you can
concentric.
sacrifice a couple locks here and there. Because I don't have like the fancy pinning shoe and all that stuff, right?
I have a
Yeah,
pinning shoe, but I don't know how to use it. I have the key, and the video I was watching showed them using it, but they had picked the lock and turned the core 180 degrees. So I mean, I can't take the key out at that point. So I was just confused on what to do with it.
Yeah, it's something to do with like progressive followers or like little segmented pieces. You can, once you get the actuator out and you're able to get those pieces in there, they just slide through like a normal file follower.
Well, I have those.
exactly.
I have those, but I can't get the actuator out. That's my problem. I don't have any, like, I thought that I had to turn the core 180 degrees, then put the pinning shoe in, but I can't turn the core because I can't pick it. That's why I want to take it apart. And with the key, I mean, I guess I could leave the key in and push it out, but I don't know.
You should be able to use the pinning shoe with the key.
Oh, can you? Ah,
Yeah.
see? I didn't know that.
Keep in mind, like, it's
I just
designed to be a locksmith tool.
by using the Dremel tool and a cutoff blade.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you guys, because that one was a mystery to me the other day, and I was like, I thought, well, I'll just progressive pin this because, even if you just take one pin out, sometimes that makes all the difference. I just wanted to see, how to pick those pins, because they seem like very strange. They're super springs, I guess, or something in there. I don't know. They're very hard to pick. And I'm like, I'm missing something. So I thought, I'll just progressive pin it and just, try a couple of the pins to get the feel for what I have to do to pick it. And usually that's all it takes is just a couple little, couple little adjustments to see how the pins are, and then you can kind of pick it. It's not like it's a hard lock to pick. So I thought, well, that's what I'll do. And then I couldn't get it apart.
It's amazing how that works, eh? Like, just having a little bit of knowledge and experience allows you to be able to do something more reliably with, like, picking a lock, for example, and that having like not having that knowledge or experience, but even knowing about picking all sorts of other kinds of locks, but then you go and face a lock that has all of a sudden different kind of spring tension or something that's just different in some unique way that you're not used to.
Yeah, even this kryptonite, it's all standard pins. It wasn't even hard to pick, but I couldn't figure out. I just wasn't getting it, and I didn't mess with it long. But I thought, you know what, this is taking me forever. I'm just gonna take a couple pins out and see what how to pick it. And that's what I did. I took like 2 pins out, and as soon as I figured out, like you were saying, just a couple little things, I just figured out how to pick it after I took a couple pins out, put the pins in, and I was able to pick it like easily. And it was just crazy just how sometimes that you just run into something and you're just like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's amazing, like, how that works. And that's why I think it's not bad that if people want to learn a certain lock that they progressive pin it, and then they learn it, and then they get that lock down, and then they move on to a new lock. But I think if you really want to master a lock, you have to get multiple versions of that lock. Progressive pin the first one, sure, learn it, learn the little mechanics of it, and learn the nuances however you need to, but then eventually try to do that with a different lock, and then try to blind pick a different lock altogether, or maybe not necessarily blind pick, but have the key, but not progressive pin it, but work your way to like develop more experience with a specific kind of lock. If you really want to master it, is what I'm saying.
I think that I agree. I think that's I think that's true, because that's how I kind of feel about it too. I feel like kind of like not that I cheated to pick the lock, but like you do, like I didn't know how to approach that one, and I could have sat here for a couple hours and messed with it, but at that point I was just like, you know what, I know how to figure this out, and I just took a couple pins out, and then it's crazy how when you just have a few pins in there, what a difference it makes from 6 to 4, just figuring out the tolerances and things like that.
Yeah. And I don't think that it's cheating at all to progressive pin a lock. I think that's how you learn the little mechanics. And I just think you have to keep in mind, I don't think it disqualifies you from being able to evaluate a lock, on its difficulty. But I think you have to keep in mind, if you've only picked one lock, then your experience is limited to one lock. That
right.
It still doesn't negate your experience and your evaluation of that specific lock, but you have to remember maybe some of them will be easier, some of them might be harder. Every lock is slightly different.
Yeah, we were just saying
a big difference.
Yeah, we were just saying that about the I don't know if you were here or not when we were talking about that, just getting a couple of the same locks, because one could be its evil twin.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to say it. Locks do have evil twins for sure. And it could be a basic lock too. I've seen I've picked some quick sets in the field where it was like, oh, I should have had this open already. And maybe it's what I said before, it might have had tricky bitting or something unique that kind of threw a loop into things. And by the way, in the field, standard pins aren't actually standard pins. They're special types of serrated pins and stuff like that, because of all the grime and dirt and all the stuff. They don't act like standard pins. They have all sorts of weird.
I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine, because I've gotten a couple of locks that were just filthy inside, and you definitely, it's tough. It's tough to pick a dirty lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it had all standard pins in it, if it's filthy, that makes it a whole different kind of lock.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wasn't used to the Dom. I kind of just was picking it. I'm like, this is just a little bit, everything feels weird in here, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah, the Doms, I'm just trying to gut this one here. I don't really care about the passive pins for the key control, but I put them in my locks anyway. But yeah, these are just the key pins.
There we go.
What I just picked there, they're torpedoes.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's
just the key pins. That's the bitting I was dealing with on this lock.
Oh my.
So, low to high to low.
Yeah.
You find the pick that works and it goes. For me, I use the offset diamond.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of wondering what you use, because I'm thinking, I wonder if these pins, if I need a longer pick for this, or if these just need a tiny little bump to get in there and get set.
What I like to do is I use bottom of keyway tension, and it's going to be hard to get this here, but there's a piece of warding right here, and I can just ride this pick all the way along the warding.
Yeah.
And I can access every pin. I can feel every tolerance. It's
right.
It's a really cool thing. It's hard. I wish I had better lighting. Come on.
Oh no, I can tell what you mean though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not showing up the way I can see it, but it just rides just perfectly right there on that little ledge. It's almost like it feels like a rake, you know what I mean? The way it goes in. You can feel each pin because it's just right there, and because they're all higher than minimum lift, I can manipulate them with this pick very well.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
What if there were any minimum lift pins? Would you say it would be more like much more challenging, or would it be not that much more challenging?
You'd probably have to fight your way up through the warding because it is pretty.
Some locks like that can make it tricky.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's like the Dom keyway, right?
Yeah.
Like that, you can see it right here. There's a D, O, and an M.
That's cool too. Chris says, that's why he has 4 or 5 of each lock. That's
Yeah, this is the only RS that I have. I have a couple other DOMs. I got the IX5 with fins and the IX10 with fins. I've been working on those like pretty thoroughly, and I am not getting anywhere with them.
oh wow. Yeah, that just goes to show you every single one is different. It could be the same type, but it could be just evil.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go on to the drivers here now.
I love that light. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a Meg Light Mini. It fits awesome.
That is a genius idea, and I might have to go get one.
Well, yeah, it helps definitely. You can see everything going on inside. Yeah, there's a lot of spools, and I want to call them T-pins, but they're not really T-pins. They look like barrels almost. And I'll show you in a second here when I'm almost done. One more.
Oh, Pocket Woman says, I need to leave now. If I can come back in when I come back, I will. If not, have a great day, everyone, and take care. Well, thank you for swinging by, Pocket Woman. We appreciate it.
It's always nice to see you.
For sure.
Take care.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so we got like torpedo things. Well, I got one upside down there.
Yeah, those look horrible.
Well, yeah, you know, like you get an overset. You're not getting out of that relatively anytime soon.
No. Oh my. Yeah,
And
those
then, like
barrels are yucky.
1 and 2, yeah, they're barrels. Is that a barrel pin, or is
It looks like it, huh?
Let's see.
There's no counter milling or anything in the core.
Yeah, those are barrels. It doesn't need to have counter milling for it to be a barrel. A barrel is a barrel.
Okay. But yeah, that's they were very
Is there
fun.
over milling in the core?
No, there's nothing special going on.
It looks like the core might have over milling. Maybe I was wrong.
It's not gonna focus. Hang on a second.
Is there a little dip at the top of the plug? Or at the top of the slots?
No, there's nothing going on in here.
Still, the barrels are yucky.
Not on the inside, on the very top, not under the lip there, but on the lip itself. Is it made wider?
No. No, I can move the pick. I can scrape it straight down from the top.
Because all over milling is just a taper at the very top of the slot that makes it so the pins will drop down even after you set them. It's not like anything that your pick will catch on.
No, there's nothing there, no.
Okay.
But it's I believe it's a Dom RS Sigma.
Yeah, those are some interesting pins in there.
Yeah, and it just has like these little dimples here. These are like passive key control pins. So if you have the wrong key put in, it's not going to turn because they're not going to fall in. It's almost like a false sidebar, as far as I can understand. Just pushes
It's not
something.
I don't
It'll
think it's a
prevent it from
sidebar. I
turning.
think it's a pins themselves that stick into the plug.
Yeah,
And
they're these
it
little
makes
guys.
it so like even if you cut the same key, yeah, like it's just like what you said, like you'll put the key in and then it will push those pins into the plug so that even if the regular pins are at the right shear line, the plug still can't turn.
Yeah, it won't be able to turn. It's like a I don't know. It's a weird little
Key control.
Yeah, key control, exactly.
That's a pretty cool lock.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I'm not going to put it back together on here, but I'm just going to grab another one off the shelf here and try to pick it. Why not?
Well, I have this thing fully gutted as well.
Oh my.
It's hard to show all the little parts. But yeah, this is the basic shell, and this side is for something that like I noticed right away when I was taking it apart was that there's actually 2 sidebar slots. So if you look, this is the first sidebar slot on the inside here.
Oh yeah.
But then there's another one in the top left or right corner, I mean, right up here. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder, like I didn't understand how the lock fully worked. And I was thinking, I didn't know at first what to expect. So I didn't expect seeing 2 sidebars. And I was thinking maybe it came into play when trying to pick or something. But what's really happening is that the one on the left side is the main one that locks the lock. So that's what's on this side of the plug right here. And these 5 slots are for these 5 little wafers, where each wafer has a true gate in the center of it, and then no false gates or anything like that. Unless it gets overset, maybe potentially it might get a little bit stuck in that little dot there. I don't know. I don't think so, though. It's a little dot. It's not really a false gate.
Yeah.
But then on the other side of the wafer, or the little slider,
oh my goodness,
there's these little teeth. And each one of those teeth coordinate with each one of the Schlag's 9 cuts. So you zoom in really close, there should be 9 or 10 little slots.
I can kind of see them down there. Yeah, wow.
These pins here, just like on the Quickset Smart Key, they have like this little leaf on them that stick into those slots. So once it has a certain slot that it's stuck into, it's committed to that specific slot. It can't go, you see it's locked in there. It can't go up or down. If I choose a higher slot, that's going to be locked in there. If I choose a lower slot, that's locked into that one. So the rekeying process happens when you separate this pin from the actual slider, put a new key in, or take the old key out and put a new key in that will move this to a new height, and then re-engage it with the slider. And then that's when the lock has been rekeyed. So how exactly does that work? well, first of all, this side has the sidebar. So as long as all of the sliders are at the right height, then the sidebar will unlock.
Mm-hmm.
But the rekeying side also has a sidebar. And each one of these little things that I showed you are spring loaded into each one of these slots. And they fit in the side of this housing right here. And when the lock is locked, this section is pushed in all the way into this section right here. So basically that means that all the leaflets are slid into all the sliders and they can't disengage.
Okay.
But this sidebar is spring loaded outward. So if you put it to that point where that sidebar is in that other slot that we were looking at before, so this one in the top right corner, if it turns to right there, we can see that sidebar's lined up with that, which is 11 o'clock, right? So that's why it needs to be at 11 o'clock. And then what happens is that this section pops out into the sidebar, comes out into that slot, and then it's disengaged. Those leaflets pull out of the sliders. But why doesn't that happen when you're using a normal key? Because there's a little slider on the inside here. If I can get this out here, it's being finicky. On the inside, there's a slot right over here for a little slider that's spring loaded. I don't have the spring on it right now, but there's a little, like it's like a sidebar spring that goes on the back here, and it pushes it always outwards this way.
Oh, okay.
And how does that like interact with everything? It puts this little blocker. If you can see it, it's like a little piece of metal right here that blocks this from being able to go in all the way, unless, if you look really carefully, there's a slot on the very bottom left side.
Wow.
So as long as that is, if this is all the way back here, then it can't line up with that slider spot properly. But if you use the blue key, which has that little warding, that's what pushes that little slider. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it pushes the slider. So I'll do that slowly so you can see. When I put the key in all the way, it actually lifts that slider to a certain spot, and that will allow this section to actually go in and fit in with that slot. So that's why the blue key is the only one that should be able to do that. But it's possible if the other one is thin enough to for it to kind of mess with it as well. So it's interesting how these locks work. Definitely very cool lock, but it's in theory and like the parts of it and everything are cool to look at, but in actual practicality, it's not really the most.
Yeah.
It doesn't work well.
Terry B. Pickens said that gutting is frightening.
Yeah, putting it back together is another challenge, which I'll show you guys when I get to the challenging part, but I have to start kind of finicking these little pieces back together for now. So.
Oh, Lord. Lockpicking's gal said, Isaac, that would be a cool series. There's a lot to those locks. And Jimmy Long's, those are really interesting. It was super frustrating the first time I ran across one.
Yeah, definitely. I just tell customers that it's not worth doing any work on them, and just like Jay has a good video on them, Jason from SE Lock and Key, he talks about like no locksmith is going to service them or work on them in the field. Really, like Schlage just offers you a warranty replacement on them, and you should just get them replaced because they're not reliable locks. Even if a locksmith does service them, they're gonna fail again pretty quickly. But I appreciate it, lockpicking gal. Yeah, I definitely want to make a series on these things and get back into videos. But right now, my focus is my work and my school, but I am planning to get back into videos, hopefully sooner than later.
Mr. Midnight Flop Picker there. I watched your video on the ASA V10, the twin, and that was a really big inspiration for me. I got one of them, and I've been working on it. But yeah, kudos to you for getting that open, because I've only been able to get a few clicks out of it so far.
Sweet, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I hope you get it. If you need any help, make sure to let me know.
I absolutely will, because this thing is just an absolute beast.
Are you progressive pinning it?
No, I took it apart a few times, and I just to see what was inside of it, and then I put it back together. I had a stupid soft brick. I had to destroy 2 springs to get the core out. I tried to put in it, and then I had to replace the springs, but it still works. Everything's good. But
yeah, springs are easy to replace.
Yeah, the thing is just insane, though. Like heavy tension just to get a click.
Yeah. I definitely think, especially if you haven't picked any ASA twins before, that it's worth progressive pinning it, but it's definitely a good black belt lock to start off with. And it's the first time I started picking it, I was so tired, I was like not paying attention, and I had my I mixed up my picks by accident. I had my Primus pick that I was working with not too long before that, and I started using that to pick the side pins when I meant to grab a different one. And if you know anything about like the Primus picks and stuff, I'll just give you an example of one that I've made again recently. It's really thin and really small versus, let's see if I can find, I think this might have, no, not this one. I'm thinking I have maybe even that other one around somewhere, but I'll just show you like a thicker flag. So
oh wow,
it's really small and tiny. So I was using the wrong pick by accident. I wasn't paying attention, and then all of a sudden I felt like the pin popped up, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on." And so I pulled the pick out, and I noticed that first of all, it was the wrong color. I was like, "Oh shoot, I'm using the wrong pick." And then I noticed that the tip of it was not there anymore. It was just a spike. So I broke my Primus pick on my V10 when I first started practicing it. Who popped in?
These are the
Is
picks.
that Kraken? Hey,
Mr.
Kraken.
Benjamin.
Oh, hey, Kraken.
Not Kraken.
What's cracking, Kraken?
Which picks you use?
Oh, sorry, these are the Spooks R and XR.
Oh, nice.
I'm holding a really good false set here too. Sorry.
Yeah, don't let my question ruin your pick.
These are that's what I use to try to get the finger pins on the Everest Primus and the V10. Oh, it's not gonna focus. Sorry, guys. But they're good. They're good picks. Like I can get the Abus locks that I have that are dimple locks with it. They're cool little picks.
I think just my basic sidebar pick that I made for the Acid Twin exclusive /6000 was the same one I used for my V10. I don't think that it needed anything different than that. It's basically just I took a basic pick that could fit into the side, and then I filed down the edge of it until it was wide enough to fit into the ASA keyway. Where's the one that I can show you here?
Kraken's got that monstrosity that I saw he just got. Yikes.
Oh my God, is that a high shear?
Yep.
I have no idea.
It's a high shear.
That's a high shear. Yeah.
Oh
It's a
my.
beast.
What's the keyway look like there, Kraken? Oh my God.
There we go, folks.
It's like 120 millimeter.
I just draw my tension wrench, but it's got the EGS open.
Oh, nice job.
Oh, nice.
This one was master wafered, and I took all the master wafers out because it was just too easy to pick.
Yeah.
But once I got into it, it's got 2 standard pins, 2 barrels, and then 1 spool on number 3, and it's fun. I have a whole bunch right back here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, these are all AEGS. They're fun to pick. They were all mastered, but I took all the master wafers out. 2 of the 5 are the same keyway. The other are a little fun. So I just pick them randomly, right?
Yeah. Very neat.
So, but, oh yeah, Lady Locks, this is coming for you.
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh Lord. It looks scary.
You gotta lift it.
Oh,
But yeah,
no.
I'm excited about that. I've sent a couple locks around. Paradise got one of my locks before. It was when I first started doing the Lockport thing. I did I got my blue belt with the American 1100 when it was still a blue belt lock. And I used one to make a challenge lock. And I sent it to him. He made a video. It was awesome. Such a thrill. And then I met another friend through Reddit and talked to him many times. He lives over in Germany. And we exchanged some locks. And he gave me this little EC 7530. That was the first dimple lock that I ever picked.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's not going to focus again, but it's
nice.
Cool little keyway. It's just like the Avis D6. Here's the Avis D6 here. It's got the same little...
Oh, here. Had one right in front of me this whole time.
Right, they're fun locks, but just a wide open keyway of the Dom locks. I don't know how to get my picks to interact with them because I only have 2 flag picks that I use. So I'm going to experiment. I have a bunch of this right here. Just give me a second. These are all windshield wiper inserts.
Yeah.
And I've cut them down. And I'm going to try to grind them down with files and sandpaper just to...
Okay, yeah, make a couple flags.
You know, like I should be able to make something out of all these. Just a little bit longer to get a higher reach.
Yeah.
A little bit wider, because to me, these dimple flags seem like super micro.
Yeah, I've got one that's like that. It seems like it just wants to bend.
Yeah.
I like to use huck picks. I'll buy like the set of 8 huck picks that come with all sorts of different basic templates, but they're all pretty thick, but the metal is really good and the template is really good, and then I'll just take, like, this one is without any modification to it at all. I would just file down or like even just use I'll show you here. On my Dremel, I have a little grinding stone attachment. And just as long as I keep quenching it in water and try to stay even around the whole entire length of the shaft, I thin it out a little bit, as well as the edge, maybe a little bit, to make it so that it's not such a dramatic bump at the top there.
Yeah.
And then I can even shape the tip. Usually I'll use hand files to shape the tip though. And like, for example, with the Acid Twin 6000 or the exclusive or the V10, I just took one of these picks and I measured it like in the keyway here. I'm trying to do it without it blurring, but it's this one's too wide. Basically, it's slightly too wide. So I would just file down this a little bit more, so until it was basically just wide enough to accept the pick, and I could push the pick in all the way to the back without having to like tilt it in order to get it back there.
Yeah.
And then that was as far as I filed it back. If I filed it more, I found that I had a harder time hitting the really high lifts.
Yeah.
If there were any really high lift side pins or something, that I had to kind of like lift it and then kind of push it up a little bit further. But besides that, you know, you can also just use a standard pick too. Like if you have, maybe this one might be a little bit too high reach, but just something like this, you could go in there and then go under the side pins and then lift them like that one by one. You'd want to make sure you find the right profile though to do that, so you can get a good angle on all of the picks or the side pins.
I don't know if you could see the bitting on this key though, but it looks like it's a very minimal lifts with one really high one.
Ew. Ew.
So that's what I'm working
that's
with.
Nice. That's not too bad.
I got
Didn't
to a
beat
really
the
deep all set on it. It's it's a mogul prison lock. This thing's gigantic.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's like
a pop can.
Yeah.
that was the one that I was showing.
I would just want it because it's just like a giant one, and then I'd want like a little baby one too. I don't know why I like it so much. Yeah.
Looks like a joke lock.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. That's insane.
This thing's just a beast, and like between here and the actual plug is like it almost maxes out my tension wrench.
Where do you get a follower for that thing?
Yeah.
Just to show you guys how big it is, just ignore the background.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? You're gonna chuck this up.
While we are waiting, maybe it's a nice time to do the giveaways.
Yes, we could do a giveaway.
Sure.
Anybody?
Yeah, congratulations on your 400 LadyLocks.
Yeah, congratulations, indeed.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll be doing a giveaway for that for sure.
Nice.
I'll be doing one for that, but I just got to. I'm waiting on some stuff to get here, and then I'll do a nice video for it. So I was very excited about that. Super excited.
It was quite the accomplishment.
But once you do, we obviously let it know here. Just as Lockpicker 1969 is still doing his weekly giveaways, as you'll probably know. So is LocksNox. Just check out the links in the description to see the current one that is running. as mentioned before, we have Nick Pix who's doing a Secret Santa giveaway. He's giving away something. You don't know what it is. It's already wrapped. And you have to comment on the video, and he asks you to make a video where you explain what was the nicest lock that someone has gifted you. We already showed them in the about an hour ago, so I hope he takes it as an entry. But it's a nice one, and it will be running until the 20th. Next weekend, I believe, the next Saturday. And the last one that is still running is the theoretically secure 100 subs giveaway. She's making 2 picks and showing the progress of them. I haven't seen the newest video yet, so I'll be waiting on that one. And once she finished those, she's going to give them away. No date yet. When they are finished, she's going to give them away. So take a look. And those are the giveaways for this week.
All right. Yeah. Oh, geez. And then just as a heads up, my phone's getting warm, and I turned it down, so hopefully we won't have no problems. And I'm plugging it back in. Hopefully it will just calm itself down. So if I happen to disappear, you guys know why. But LockHeat will still be here. But if I happen to just go totally disappear, you'll know my phone just overheated. I don't know what the heck. It's like super hot though.
Yeah, same with mine actually. So yeah, that happens with me. Same thing.
Well, let's hurry with the giveaway before everyone drops out. What do we have this week? The sticker pack, or do we have something extra to give away, LadyLocks?
Oh, say that again. I'm sorry, I was turning my heater down.
Do we have something to give away this week besides the sticker packs?
Yeah, actually, I've got a cool.
My device just started overheating too, folks. This must be convenient.
If it's cold outside, put your phone in a baggie and then leave it in the freezer or like in the snow or something.
We could do our giveaways and wind it down a little bit just because we know everybody's overheating now. I've got a cute little it actually has some it's from Sparrows, and it has a bunch of tensioners, and inside this cute little pouch it also has some actual picks and stuff in it. Comes with a little sticker, Sparrow sticker. So it's just kind of something cute. We can give this away this week if anybody is interested. There she is.
And the separate sticker pack, I think.
What's that?
And a separate sticker pack, so 2 giveaways.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Let's do the first then. That will be the Sparrow set that you are giving away.
Okay.
The only thing you have to do is comment in the chat on YouTube. I think everyone, we have 19 viewers and we have 19 entries, so I think everyone has put on something. If not, I give you a little moment. Dick Pics, by the way, dropped in. Hello. Bobby Keys dropped in.
Yo, Dix.
Oh, hi, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
And I saw Peter. What's his name? Peter Boyd dropped in. He tried to enter with his camera, but he couldn't get his camera switched from front to back camera.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to work. We can work on that, and we're here every week.
That's in the settings. It's just go to your camera settings.
I tried to explain him, but I can't talk to him. Just chat, and we did it. It didn't work out somehow. So, who else dropped in? I saw somebody else dropping in. Who was it? Oh yeah, Mick T dropped in. Hi as a guide, but welcome. Yeah, that was all the new peeps. Well, without further ado, I think we just have to draw. So this is for the Sparrows giveaway.
Oh, yeah, that's calmed down already. Okay. Yeah, I just thought it was cute. So cute little giveaway. I actually really like the pouch. It's I love these pouches. This one's a bit small, but if you're just using it to throw it in your pocket, it's the perfect size. So, my lock. Okay, my lock is our winner. Congrats, my lock.
Congrats.
Yay, confetti.
And we're gonna draw again for the sticker pack.
I will get my lock.
Who is it gonna be? Lakeview.
And Lakeview.
Congrats.
There you go.
You're from the USA, right?
Yeah, Lakeview's from USA. I think, yes.
I don't know. Well, if both of you contact LadyLocks for the address details, we'll make sure they go out.
Yeah, just get hold of me through email or message or however, and I will get you guys sorted out. Yeah, congratulations. Congrats, guys. I thought Chris was going to win.
Again, or Dana.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to win.
Yeah, I did win 1 week, huh?
I thought you set it up so that you would win again.
All right. Now, if I can get this one open, I'll just be happy because I got this one open a million times, and now, of course, the camera's on.
Okay,
and Paracentric jinxed me.
I wanted to show you guys.
Oh, real quick, I might get a hold of you, Isaac, later to help me with a different lock because I do have one that has those fingerprints in it. What is this called? It's that icon. I think it's a TK5 or something. Have you picked one of those?
Not the TK5, but I mean, feel free to reach out, and if there's anything I can find out or learn about it or know from my own experience, then I'm happy to share that with you.
Yeah,
I could also probably figure out who has picked it, and
that would be great. I'm just having some issues with it, and
or maybe I'll get one and I'll start working on it.
That would be sweet. Yeah, I just can't figure out. I kind of know what I'm supposed to do, but I just cannot get those. I can't feel any of the side pins binding, and I've already taken it down to 3 pins, so I know when it's completely picked. It's not like I'm not having the whole lock picked first to bind the sidebar. So I just kind of confused. But what were you saying? And look at Kraken's lock just real quick, everybody. I mean, it's the whole lock is taking up the entire thing.
And Lakeview dropped out because his camera died.
Oh no!
And he missed drawing. Yes, you won the sticker pack.
Yeah, Lakeview, you actually won the sticker pack, and if you get a hold of me, I will get that sent out to you. And sorry that you kind of lost connection there. But yeah, Kraken's lock's ridiculous. I can't deal with that thing. That's as bad as as big as the one Chris had.
You should use like a scimitar on that or something as a pick.
But what were you saying, Isaac, before I asked you about that?
So just about how to reassemble the Schleich Secure, because this is the hardest part about it. And if anybody's ever tried to take one apart, normally, nobody would ever take this apart. But the people who would take it apart are lock sporters who are interested in learning about the lock and just playing around with it. So if you do, you might end up getting stuck and then be like, how do I get this back together? Because usually things come apart easier than they go back together. So, so first of all, I put the little spring-loaded pin in there with the spring, and also the 2 sidebar springs for change side. And then after I did that, I set up the chamber with all of the springs and the pins, And I like to hold it sideways like this, so I can actually just test them with the with my tweezers to make sure that they're all sitting in properly. And I can push them straight down here. If I try to push them from an angle, then they won't go down straight. And then I switch hands, hold it like this. Then this is the tricky part. I put the sidebar onto the springs the best I can. And I try to start twisting the plug over top of the pins while keeping them oriented in the correct way. And then it should go in like that. If it goes in like that, then you know you did it right. So as long as you keep holding that one section like upside down and you flip the plug over top of it, it should go in smoothly. And then after you do that, then you can let it pull back just a little bit, which will allow you to slide in all your side pins. And make sure that it has that little notch on the bottom side of it pointing downwards, whereas on the top there's no notch.
Oh wow.
On the bottom there's like a little notch, so that way you know which side is down. And then put them all back in. Now it's easy from here. And just to show you about lining up the sidebar slots, we should see all of the holes in the side pins here if the sidebar is lined up properly. So in order for that to be the case, I need to push them all down slightly. And then now we can see that all the true gates are in line and the sidebar should be able to go in smooth. But I need to get the springs in first. So before I do that, just get the key in, make sure that it rekeys to this key. For some reason, it doesn't want to go in smoothly. So maybe something might be off on the pin here, because it should be going up smoothly here.
Oh no.
So we'll see. If it's slightly misaligned, then it's not going to be moving smoothly in the slot. But I think they're fine. They all seem fine. This is why I took it apart to play around to see if there was any problem with it. Because I think there was a problem with it originally. Yeah, pin doesn't want to go up. Oh yeah, it does.
And this is what we were talking about last week of just staying calm and trying to do, figure out what's going on with it whenever there is a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And there we go. I think we got it. Yep. And now I just have to line up all of these. It might be even worth me taking it apart again in the future and cleaning out the parts even better. But they look clean enough to me to be working well.
Now, with something like that, would you spray that? Like if you noticed it just being a little, I guess, acting up a bit or whatever, would you give it a spray down with some stuff, or would you take it apart and clean it like that?
Yeah, I'd use lube for sure. Definitely. I think using lube is never hurts as long as you have the right kind of stuff.
Right.
I like to use LPS. This is the lube I typically use. Or number one or number two, depending on the application. But Triflow is another good option. Just has Teflon in it, which isn't the best. Okay, so now get clip back on, and it should work fine. Nice. And then with the extra key, works perfect. So yeah, this lock is now fixed. Anyways, yeah, that was a fun little lock to learn and to work on. And they're not too hard to pick once you learn the mechanics, but they can be tricky at first if you don't know what you're doing or feeling for.
I'll say. Sheesh.
Have you ever seen Corbin Russell and Emhart?
You know what? I've heard of them, and someone tried to talk me into getting one to try, but I was like, you know what? No.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Something for my what do you call that? My self-confidence would just go right out the window.
Yeah, they're tricky, but they're not too bad once you learn them. At least the one that I have, it didn't take me too long to figure out when I first got it. Let's see if I
They
can
are very neat, though.
do it now.
For people that didn't know what they are, you should give a little brief explanation as to just how cool that is, because that is a very different lock. And the only reason I know about it is because, like I said, I was looking for different locks to pick, and somebody said, hey, I have one of these, and I don't know all the lock types. I'm terrible with that. So when they give me a list of locks they have, I usually go look it up and look on the lock wiki and stuff and just kind of check around to see. And that's the only reason I even know what that is. But a lot of people might not, just because I don't think it's very well known.
No, yeah, definitely. Jimmy's saying that he'd like to make a cutaway of an Emhart.
That would be cool.
I'd love to see that myself. You know, I hope when I get back into videos to talk about Emhart and to make a video on it. And yeah, if I ever did that, I'd probably bug you to see if I could borrow it.
Oh, Kraken's got one. Check it out.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
It's a pretty one too. He has the old school one. Or is that the newer one? I think that's the old school. I don't know. I think that's the old school one.
Kraken's got
his big lock gave birth. It's a little tiny one.
What's that?
His eye sure gave birth.
It sure did. Look at that. Yeah, that fell out of the other one there. Chris says, yes, stay calm. It's not heart surgery. Oh, my.
Well, I'll use the device a little bit. So the tensioner slipping.
Chris says, LPS, is that good for Medico locks? I don't know what he was talking about, though.
Yeah. LPS is good for any lock, really. Really good lubricant.
Cheeky Man says that huge lock uses small locks as pins. That's funny. I can see
And that lock is huge. Can you imagine putting that like on a gym locker or something?
That on my back gate.
The gate would fall over.
Or somebody would call the bomb squad thinking it's
Yeah, it's like an IED.
yeah.
The neighbor's dogs are barking.
What is cracking back there now?
That's the core. The
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
It comes down to a little kick.
Yeah. I never would have guessed all that. Oh my
it's a little
gosh.
kicker.
Oh, I'm kind of disappointed.
But look at the key for it. Jeez. Oh my.
The pitting is also quite. So Bobby Keys is saying that he isn't much on YouTube lately, but he should be for his products. And I think you got something
there we
made
go.
by him, right?
I got the M heart picked.
Oh, nice job.
Nice.
Nice job.
And it's mastered with over 4 wafers, so, or not wafers, master pins, master wafers. But guess what pick I used for that one?
The Jimmy
The
Long,
medium,
of course.
yeah, medium pointy Jimmy Long.
Nice.
What do you think about that, buddy? Hey, your picks are working. Picked an M heart.
But as I was saying, Bobby Keys was saying that he's missing out on YouTube lately. But he should be more on to promote his products. And I saw some posts from him that he made some nice stuff for you, LadyLocks.
Yeah. I love Bobby's stuff. He does just such an amazing job, and everything's just always perfect. And if it's something you want different or changed, or he guarantees all his stuff. I mean, he's just amazing to work with too when you need something. And if it's not out there, he doesn't mind helping trying to figure out how to make something for somebody. Like, I don't know.
He has
And
pink.
also, what's that?
And he has pink.
Yeah, and he has pink, of course. But I'm definitely gonna have some of his stuff in my giveaway this time around. I'm gonna have him make something custom for whoever wins my giveaway, so that's gonna be part of my giveaway. But yeah, I've got some cool stuff, but definitely something of Bobby's is gonna be in there, or a couple things. So I'm just kind of working out the details on figuring out what all we want to do. So that'll definitely be included in that. And you'll be able to see, whoever wins will be able to see just how nice his stuff is if you haven't gotten anything from him. His stuff's really cool.
Yeah, sure thing, I'm going to enter.
I got the I think the very first thing I got off him was those handholds, and they are just wonderful. You'll see the LockHeat as you start using them. They're great. They're just great for everything. Like, especially if you like to pick in hand, they make it just so much better because you can use so many different locks that you normally have to throw in a vise, So that makes it nice too.
By the way, check out what happened to my Peterson tensioner that
Oh
back
no!
when I was buying their stuff.
Oh my!
The top of the keyway literally just broke off. This is the second time that happened with me for a Peterson tensioner.
Wow!
I'm not a big fan of Peterson anymore. Plus, when I
Yeah.
reached out to the guy to tell him about it when it first happened, not with this one, but with the last tensioner, I spoke with Ken directly, the owner there, and he basically banned me from the shop, essentially.
Wow!
What?
Yeah.
Wow!
And I asked him if he's gonna ban me to take off my reviews on that he put up on of the stuff there, just because I don't know, it was frustrating that he's using my words to advertise his stuff, but then he's banning me from his
That's a little
place
crazy.
because of the $10 tensioner.
Wow.
It was really silly.
What is it with producers and criticism? I mean,
not all producers are like that, you know.
I'm not saying all, but Chris had it lately with what was it? Lockpick Mall, I believe.
Yeah.
I saw another one with from another shop. Now you with Peterson. And what's up? Can you guys just say, "Hey, I sent you a new one"?
Yeah. How hard is it to send a new one?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and like he said, it's $10. It's not like it's a $700, order that went missing, and he's like, "Hey, no, I want it," or something. It's $10, and I feel like if you can't just make it right over $10, that's just there's something wrong there.
that says a lot.
I was on talking terms with Ken for a while. Like I would keep him posted on my progress, and I was still relatively new to lock sport, but I was making decent progress. And when I picked a Medico, I showed him, and he was all excited about that. And I used his pick to do it, and he asked me even to help him send profiles of dimple picks that I was using for higher security locks that he asked me about. It's like, what did you use for that? And would you be interested in helping me to make something? Or at the time, we were talking about it. Nothing came to fruition. But so I was on talking terms with him, and then that happened, and I figured it's not going to be a big deal. But I told him about it, and then he got all upset, and then he said that I'm not experienced, and it was my fault, and
wow.
It was basically like this whole thing. I was just upset, and I was saying that I didn't think that it was professional of him, and then he was to be reacting like that, all of that, and then he just banned me from the shop essentially.
Wow.
So,
but it's I think Jimmy can relate to this. If I'm judging the damage on your tensioner, it's chipped, which tells me that there is a fault in the metal.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's not something that you can. That happens sometimes. Period.
Mm-hmm.
If it's breaking clean off, that's something that could be too much tension on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't that happen during
the
cooling process? And if it doesn't cool properly at the right amount of time or something like that, isn't that some type
because of the grain of the metal? They didn't make the tensioners with the right grain. That's what Andrew Law explained to me. Because originally I thought it was because the metal was too hard.
Yeah.
And that it was too brittle, even though it was higher quality metal. The Sparrows ones, I've never had that happen, and I figured because they're not as good metal, even though it's not as good metal, it's so thick that it just bends. But yeah, the grain of the metal is what Andrew Law explained to me. That I've never had that happen with Andrew's tensioners, and I put the same kind of tension on them. And I actually put the same kind of tension on them with much thinner tensioners, because he has some pretty thin ones that I've got, and I've never had that happen. So.
Yeah, I'm a heavy tensioner too, and I don't have any I don't know that I have I don't know, but I use a lot of heavy tension, and I haven't had that happen either,
And even if it does happen, guys, it's a product that you can't avoid. That some 1 in 100, for example, has a fault in it. Just don't be just simple. Send a new one. I mean, for them it's a $2 item.
I think he got upset because I told him that I thought that the Sparrows tensioners were better. I didn't mean it in a bad way, but I meant it I've had Sparrows tensioners, and that's one of the products that I like from Sparrows, and I was just trying to explain to him that I think that something about their metal, or maybe that was what might be better. And I was talking to him how I had talked to him before, more friendly, and just giving my honest thoughts and opinions. Right. And I think he really has it out for Sparrows. So I think he took it personally. And then, his whole Shrike line is he explained to me, he's like, you know what a Shrike is, right? I was like, I didn't quite know at the time, or what it was. It's a bird, but it's like a predatory bird that eats other smaller birds like sparrows.
Ah,
So that's why he made the Shrike line, because it's like supposed to be. And so what the whole line was that sparrows apparently took his designs and then modified them or basically remade them basically the same on their own tools. And so he said that the whole purpose of the Shrike line, which to me seems so backwards, but tell me what you think. He says that it just doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, he said the Shrike line is he took the ones that they took from him and he remodeled them more and then produced them as Shrike picks.
Oh my.
So it's like he took his own model from them. I don't
which way
I don't
was
quite
it?
get it. It's a little confusing.
and in the end,
I
it's
think he's just
intentional.
getting into this competitiveness too much a little bit with them.
Yeah, but you know what? And the thing is I mean, you never know where somebody's going to end up even as a customer. Like you said, you were new to Locksport and whatever. I mean, but he doesn't know where you're going to end up. And for him to not give you that $10 tensioner and just say, hey man, sorry, here, I'll send you a couple. It happens, I mean, he doesn't know where you're going to end up in this community. Your word of mouth means a lot to a lot of people because he'll know that you know what you're talking about, and a lot of people look to you for help when they have issues, and just help in general because you have the experience. And I mean, just he should never just treated you that way. It's not cool, because now down the line you can go, hey guys, you know what? They suck. And people aren't going to buy their stuff now. You know what I mean?
Well, the reality is that I think Peterson picks aren't like horrible. They're pretty decent. I learned a lot with them, but they have some pretty big flaws. Like they have big breaking points that they're not willing to address. And in general, they're very expensive and stuff. But more importantly, when it comes to like Locksport and this kind of community and that we're all, pretty close with each other, I want to support the people who are interactive with the community, who are supportive and helping other new people and open to criticism, like what you were saying, but also just in general part of the community because they'll see for themselves. I haven't seen Ken ever interact in the community, and if he did, he would know more about how to deal with some of these things, but he's not in the Facebook groups, he's not in the Discord groups, he doesn't comment on YouTube. I don't see him do any of that stuff. And I mean, no like knock to him, it's just that I think sometimes he probably gets up in his own head a little bit, and that's kind of probably what happened with me when he was dealing with when I was telling him about the tensioner. And like what you said, it just gave me a negative taste about his products. I haven't bought anything since then from Peterson. I don't plan to buy anything from them in the future.
I in my personal opinion on that,
there's better products out there. There's people I'd rather support
honestly
more.
say I'm not even an experienced lockpicker, and I just don't care for those picks. I don't care for those really that much at all. When I first started, I bought them because I bought a couple different sets, not thinking to just buy a couple single picks and see how I like them and whatnot. But that was one of the sets I bought, and it honestly, I've used them, but not as much as any other pick at all, because I just don't care for the feedback that I get from those picks. It just feels weird to me, and it's just not something I personally don't like. But and then hearing that, I can guarantee you I probably won't buy anything else. It's not even, it's just to be in supportive of other Locksporters. I mean, if they're going to treat one bad, what's to say they're not going to treat all of us like that? And the prices are just a little pricey for me when I could go buy 2 somewhere else, or 3 from somebody else. It's just
that's why, and I don't want to put something in front here that even if he is in the chat, that's one thing that Jimmy is doing great is he gives great quality for a very great price.
Yeah.
And-
That's why I started buying his to give away on here, because like you were saying, Isaac, and like LockHeat and I are doing this for the community, this whole show and all the stuff we do, it's just for the community and to keep it in the community. He's in the community, he's all over. You can sit there and talk to him if you want to talk to him, you have questions, he's gladly answers it. I mean, so when we're doing giveaways, I prefer to buy his stuff and give it to somebody so that he's getting the business and people are getting his picks. And, that's just my personal opinion on it. And like Lucky said, and you cannot beat his products for what he charges. And if you have a problem, his email's right on his website. You just say, hey, there's an issue, which I've never had anyway. So I don't know,
Yeah, but there's also a big difference because Jimmy's doing it as a passion project out of the love of his heart and his pure enjoyment of the community and the sport. Whereas for Ken and other producers, it's about it being a business, and that's how they make their general overall source of income. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Andrew is one of those guys as well. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's the only thing he does, but I know that he does invest a lot of time into his lock tools business, which is a pretty good business, but he does it really well. He's really interactive in the community, and he cares a lot because, for him, he sees that as part of his brand and part of making better products. It's to be like that with the community.
The same goes for Moki.
Yes, yeah. I don't know with Moki if that's his main source of income though.
No, as far as I know, it's also a passion project.
Yeah, I think but I'm saying with Andrew Law, I don't know. I know he's doing it out of passion, but I know that it's his main source of income as well. I'm pretty sure, or I don't know if it's his main source of income. I shouldn't say that, but I know
there's also nothing wrong if your passion is your income.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I got into being a locksmith, or why I teach martial arts, or why I was looking to be a guitar instructor at one point.
Yeah, you just want to...
Not that I was ever the best guitar player, though. I mean, I was okay. I'm okay.
You'll have to play us a song to our picking one day.
Sure.
We want the picking time song.
An Isaac original
picking
time jam.
I have to make a contest, play a song and pick a lock or something. That gives you an entry. Okay. Yeah, Moki is a passion project, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing makes me madder than when you have an issue with a product and they want to give you, people just want to give you crap about it. It's I've actually had something in the last couple months, and it wasn't even lockpicking related, but it was just something, it was a $15 product. And I was yeah, it's not what I wanted, or it was wrong in some way. And they were oh, well, I was just you know what? Forget it. I'll get it somewhere else. Thanks. Have a nice day. I'm if it was a huge, money product or something, I could see you having an issue with, replacing it, but wasn't an error on my part in the first place. So, in my opinion, you should be replacing it. It was $15. I mean, how big of a deal is that? I was well, you'll never get any more of my business. And when I like something, I tend to buy a lot. So I guess you'll never see me again. And not that it makes a difference, but how many other people like me did you just do that to? So you're losing business is your own fault at this point.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you have a good experience with some retailer, you tell a few people. Mm-hmm. And when you have a bad experience with that retailer, you tell everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'm not looking to necessarily start a war against Peterson or anything like that.
No, you were just saying your opinion on stuff. That's all.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like what I said. I'm not trying to do anything to spite them. It's just that there's better products out there, and I'm not not closed off to the idea of like talking to Ken ever again in the future. I don't mind. I'm not like thinking that I'll never talk to him again. I'll never buy anything from there again.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not like thinking about them anymore. Really, they're not front on my list. I have many people that because like what I said before, when I was buying stuff from him, I wasn't just randomly buying stuff. I was talking with him. I was interacting with him. I was sharing videos with him with my progress, and he specifically asked me to buy certain things. He asked me to buy the tensioners. That's the funniest thing about it. He asked me to buy those tensioners before I bought them. He was like, I see you're using these other tensioners in your videos. You should use my tensioners. Why don't you buy these ones instead? I was like, okay, sure.
Wow. See right there,
so I bought them,
I myself would have been like, well, no, if you want me to use your stuff, you send it to me. Like that's just yeah.
Wow.
I don't know about anybody else,
to the
but
community, and I was like excited that he was talking to me, and
right.
So whatever. I was like, sure, I'll buy. And he said you should buy some of these strike picks too, and I was like, okay, I'll buy some of the strike picks.
Wow. That is one thing that I think if he knows anything about you, I mean, I just know this from seeing what other people say on Facebook. A lot of people say, well, Isaac just says what the rest of us think and won't say. And he just doesn't sugarcoat things, like, and he'll just say it like it is. So if the guy knows you, he knows that, that's just how you are, especially when it's comes to your lock sport stuff, so.
It's probably because
if you're going to have a company that big, you're going to have to take criticism.
I didn't know I have that reputation.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it a couple different places. Yeah. They're like, Isaac's a cool dude,
I don't
man.
mind that I have that reputation, though, because it's true. It's not like I have any negative intentions, though, and I'm always looking out for everybody's best interest. I'm not ever going to say something to hurt somebody, but it might be hurtful what I say, but I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to, and I just I don't think it's worth, trying to waste their time with, trying to, I guess, sugarcoat it is like what you're saying. I didn't realize that people, saw that with me, and I hope I'm not upsetting anybody or whatever, but yeah, it's true. That is.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I've seen it, it's in a good light. Like people were like, yeah, this is why like people ask Isaac, or, thank goodness he says it, because a lot of us are thinking it, but he's the one that would actually be able to say it, just kind of things like that. It's not a bad thing. It's not in a bad light at all. Like I never saw it in a bad light. It was just like,
good.
But I'm just saying, like, if the guy knows you, oh my. There it goes. I think I got kicked out. I don't know if I'm still here.
No, you're still here.
No, you're here.
I'm still here. Okay. Yeah, my phone just started randomly ringing, and it shouldn't do that over top of my stream. Okay. Very strange. But no, I was just saying, Isaac, that if the guy was talking with you and asking your input on things and stuff like that, then he probably knew how you are anyways. So to get offended when you had, we're just being truthful is kind of. And when you own a big company, you have to be expected to have some bad feedback as well as good. I'm sure people that own those big companies hear all kind of stuff, good or bad.
Yeah.
So
I was definitely caught off guard, but anyways, it is what it is. It's in the past. Happened a couple years ago at this point. So, I mean, the tensioner held up for a decent amount of time, but I haven't used it a crazy amount. But, I mean, yeah, it was just when I was actually trying to pick a Primus lock, because when I go for the side pins, I like to use heavier tension.
I'm wondering if that's my issue with that lock that I'm picking, because I use heavy tension, but I'm kind of wondering if I need it to be heavier. But I always think if I use heavier, I'm going to be really bad because I already use heavy, so I don't know. But yeah, if
on your Primus, you're saying?
No, I just mean on a lock with the side pins.
I see.
The sidebar pins. I'm just wondering about the tension because
What kind of side pins are they?
They're the I guess they're rotating what are that? Rotating serrated side pins? I'm totally confused by it. Like they
are
actually
they similar to the
rotate like the
Primus?
Medico. There's
Similar
4
to a
of them.
Primus?
What's that? I think it might be, yeah. It's they seem like they're the same, just right there. You know, they're just right on the side, but there's like I've actually took my little mini camera and looked in there, and it actually, they rotate. They're very loose in there, and you kind of just rotate it. I think you either go forward or backwards when you're trying to rotate them, because they don't really rotate. They're kind of just like they only go either one way or the other. You know what I mean? It's not like they get turned around or anything. So, and I don't know, because I want to say they're like the Primus, but they're on the
It sounds
not,
like it.
They're on the other side. They're not on the right side. They're on the left side.
Okay.
Of the lock. But I think the Primuses are on the right.
Yeah, but the Combi is on the left.
Yeah, I had my Primus for.
So is there serrations on it?
Yeah, there's supposedly serrations on them as well.
So I think it's like the Combi side pins then.
Okay.
So in that case,
this is
the pick. This is my Combi pick.
Yeah, I have mine. I've got the dimple pick, and I've tried somebody I've seen pick with a dimple. Yeah, with the dimple pick, and some I've seen pick theirs with a diamond, actually. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's more of a raking thing with the diamond, but it's better, I find, with the dimple pick, because if you make it super thin like mine, you can lift behind it, or you can lift it from the center of it, go behind it and pull it, or go in front of it and push it.
Okay.
So that's how you can rotate them, which is what I'm doing on the Primus one with my Primus pick that I have here as well.
Yeah, I've got this. It's just the smallest one. What is that called? Is that the... I just have this one. But it's kind of small. It's not like it's giant or anything. It's a small one. But it fits well. And I've tried with the diamond. I just think I'm not getting them to bind, because I just and I've never picked it before because I haven't got it to bind. So I'm kind of to where I'm just getting frustrated because is something binding and I'm missing it. You know, am I not using enough tension?
Have you gutted it at all?
What's that?
Have you gutted it at all?
Yeah, I had it gutted. I took out a couple of the pins, the regular pins out of it, not the side pins, but the pin tumbler pins, because I just was thinking that I wasn't getting those set, and that's why the sidebar wasn't feeling like it was binding, because I thought I wasn't getting the pin set, you know, and I wasn't seeing really like it move at all. It's just like a very difficult lock to even tell if I even have the pin set. They feel set, but I wasn't getting any movement on the core. So I'm thinking, okay, I must be missing something. And I thought, well, I'm just going to take a few of the pins out and see. I think I have 3 in there. And I'm like, if pick it with 3, I'll know for sure, you know, that I actually picked the pin tumbler part. And you don't even need that picked. You just have to get it to go into a little bit of a there's a couple ways to pick it, I guess. From what I've watched, is you can either pick it into a false set and then work on the sidebar and then finish out picking the pin tumblers, or
sounds like a combi.
Yeah, or you can totally pick the pin tumblers until they're completely set and then pick the sidebar and all of it. So it'll
depend on the binding order and the bitting, like the specific pins you have and the specific lock and how it reacts. I think probably most of the time it's the first one, but it could be the second one potentially too.
Yeah.
As long as you have, is there barrel spools in there?
No. There's just oh goodness. No, it's just spool pins, and I think the first one might be a standard pin, and then 2 spool pins. They're not difficult pins as far as the pin tumbler part, but yeah, I had it apart. I took them out. Then I couldn't get it back together for a while. Then I finally got it back together and put it all back together, and have been working on it since then, but with only 3 pins in it, and to
So
where
then
I
you could probably
thought.
do the second option then.
Yeah, I thought I had them all set, like completely set. They all feel set. So a couple times, and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna go in and pick the sidebar. And like I said, I'm just haven't picked that. So I'm kind of just like not sure what the heck I'm doing wrong, because it seems like I can't even get one click out of any of them. And I put my tiny mini camera in there to look, and I can see everything moving. I can't see the first pin from the back, but I'm just having issues with it. And I don't know what I'm missing, and I'm just
The
kind of
thing
getting frustrated.
with these finger pins is that even when they set or they move, you don't get really any movement or very much feedback on the other ones, and unless all of them are like 3 or 4 of them are set. Once 4 of them are set, then you get a little bit of movement. Like basically you have to slightly move everything bit by bit, and you'll feel maybe little bits of clicks. And when something is set in the sidebar, it'll be stiffer. When it's not binding, it'll just feel springy.
Yeah.
If it's like binding, that means that it's not set in the sidebar fully. If it's moving, if you're able to move it a little bit.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of keep going through it, feel for the slight clicks, keep readjusting the pins into the right spot, and then potentially have to drop the tension slightly to fix if you've overset any of them. It's easy to overset these side pins.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, I got a slight movement on the plug there. I might be close here. There we go. I just got the Primus picked.
Very nice.
Fun little thing about this Primus is I had a bunch of Primuses. Is this the one? Let me see. Yeah. I had a bunch of Primuses that I didn't have keys for. I have, where's the other one? I have another one somewhere around here. But I had a bunch of Primuses here it is. I didn't have keys for, and I took them apart, and I found this random Primus key outside on the floor, and I looked around to see if I could find any Primus locks around, because I wanted to return it. But I couldn't find any Primus locks around. There's obviously like no number or anything to call, but anyways, they lost the key. The security's been compromised there, but I have this new Primus key, and so it fit into some of the Primus locks. I managed to find from all of the locks that I had, I was able to take them apart and reorganize them in a way where I managed to make this key work for this one. I actually recut the key, the top bitting of it, to match my other Primus lock. So the top bitting matches that one, but the side bitting is a totally different one. So I found the right side pins and everything to make that work, and now I have a key for one of the extra Primuses. So
very cool.
And now for the 2 that I don't have keys for, which are these 2 here, I wrote down when I had them apart. I measured everything out, and I wrote down the bitting and the side bitting of them. And now, if I can manage to, do I have the blank here? I don't. I have one. Just if you bear with me 1 second. Right here.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Salt and Lock.
So, Merry Christmas. So here, this is the regular SC4 key. If I compare it to the Schleg key or the Primus key, it's not too much different. I've seen there's videos that kind of talk about key duplication for Primus.
Yeah.
And you could essentially get this key to fit in here by milling back just a little bit of this top section here, and then you could continue to try to like with the Dremel you could do it, and you could continue to try to shape it so that way that it will actually work on the sidebar, whatever. So that's one option. Another option is you can 3D model these blanks, and the actual bidding specifications are available online on Schleg's website directly, and you can actually measure out a key with like a 3D model thing and then 3D print a key. So I'm working on a project with a friend where we're gonna try to make some keys for these locks that I don't have keys for, but I have the bidding. I know what the exact bidding is for both of them. At least I think
that would be neat. Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
Yeah. And I got this nice little LFIC holder for this one because I didn't have that at first, and I had to clamp it in the vise in a way that I don't like to clamp these kick cylinders or these LFIC cylinders in the vise just by themselves. So
yeah,
it's much nicer if you have something like this, a nice format to put it in, and then makes it nicer to pick.
Yeah, here's the bidding of the key of that one I was telling you about. The
TK.
Yeah. So it's not. I mean, even the sidebar pins don't even look like it looks like they're all pretty much set the same way, but I guess they turn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
there's
the
like
way
a
it
little
works,
indent behind each thing, and that I guess that goes for the turn.
The way it works, I used to think that it's maybe angled cuts or something. All it does for the rotation is that there's a little finger that sticks out into the track, and if the track is low on one side or low on the other side, the finger will be on this. So it's not,
because when I'm using the camera, that little finger is all I can see moving. I can't figure out what the heck I'm doing. That's the only part that I can see anything happening with, is that little finger sticking out.
Yeah, so that's good. That means that they're moving properly. If you can see that they're holding their place when you lift them up, that's when you know that the sidebar is binding.
Okay. So wait.
I wonder. I haven't picked that lock before, but I definitely it's on my radar now that you're asking me about it, and I'll see if I can find one.
Yeah, if you ever do get one, for sure. I just totally. I just can't figure out what the heck I'm not doing to get those to, like, any of them to even bind. If I could have one of them just kind of get a little bit tighter, that I could do something with it. But as of right now, I'm just thinking, like, there's only 3 freaking pins in it. I can tell they're set. I mean, they're jiggling. I can see it on my little tiny camera. I can tell that they're set. And then when I go to do that little sidebar piece, or the sidebar pins, all those little fingers, everything's just jiggling in there, and can't get a hold of anything to set anything. It seems like, and I've just spent hours just trying to mess with it, and I can't. Like, I'm getting upset now because I'm like, okay, why can't I figure this out?
Well, what pick are you using to pick the side pins, first of all?
I'm using the dimple pick. I've tried my dimple pick here, and I've tried where's that diamond? I have a little diamond. I've tried this one to get in there, just as like go in on the side and kind of try to bump them to see if I can feel anything. It's just this monstrum pick, and then I have the diamond, my little tiny one. Let me see if it's out here. Let me show you. Yeah, it's just a diamond pick. Like, I've tried 50 different kinds of picks because I'm just like, I'm missing something. I've tried this diamond, this little baby one. I don't know if it's focusing. I've tried this one thinking I'd go in with this one and at least be able to grab a hold of those things and pull it with this, or push them. But like I said, when I get underneath them, from what I'm understanding, you go under it and you kind of just twist it. And when you find one that's binding, then you actually have to move that and then bump it and it should click. But when I'm going underneath them, they're all just jiggling. Like I'm missing something. Like I don't have the regular pin set, but it, like I said, they're saying there's a couple ways to pick it, and you don't even have to have those pins set. You just have to have gone into a false set, which I have. So I should be able to do it both ways. You can pick it both ways as long as it goes into a false set, or it actually gets picked, which it would be a little bit further than the false set, but it should bind as soon as it gets to that false set. And I've gotten to at least the false set. So I think I'm just missing what a binding pin feels like or something, because I'm just like.
So a few things that I'll mention. First of all, just to respond to Jimmy Long's, I think he's talking about the duplicating keys for Primus.
Yeah.
And I think there's he's saying something. PTG is amazing for printing keys. It sounds like he knows a lot more about it than I do, but so I'll definitely have to bug you about that, Jimmy, because it sounds like you know some stuff about that. But also I heard there's a specific program that you can actually create blanks for, and it works around the laws so that the keys that you're making aren't duplicates of restricted keyways, because but they'll work in those restricted keyways, but they're not duplicates of those keys because that's illegal. They can't do that. So they work around the specific nuance of the copyright laws to be able to print a key that is legally okay to print as well, which is pretty cool. That's something I just had heard that in a video like yesterday or something, so I'm not too familiar with what it is. But going back to what you're talking about with the side pins, just talking about Primus, for example, it has the same kind of finger pins, but without the serrations. It's just a smooth surface.
I actually had one of them. I tried a couple times, got annoyed with it, and sent it off to LockHeat. So I never actually picked that either, and I'm mad now because.
Now, I don't think that necessarily makes it easier. I think it's just different. The serrations on the side pins are it's a different feeling because it is a lot more grindy when it turns.
I can't even, honestly, I don't think I even got to get to the side pins on that one before I got annoyed with it and shipped it off overseas.
The nice thing about this one is that it's all standard pins. So you know that if you're not in a false set, that you're not on the side pins, and that when you do fall into a false set, that you are on the side pin. So it's pretty clear. Yeah. And I think honestly, Primus, if you have the right tool, would be maybe around a high level purple belt lock. But the reason why I think it's right to be at the brown belt level is because of the fact that you really have to make your own tool for it, and you have to understand the lock really well and have to find the perfect thing. Like if there was some mass-produced, really useful Primus pick, then I don't think that it would necessarily be at the level that it is, but there isn't anything like that currently, and because of that, it's you have to really find something. Like the wording on the very bottom is very thin and stuff. Now I'm not sure with the TK, what's the number again?
TK5, I believe. Yeah,
TK5.
Yeah.
It doesn't have. I don't know if it has how tight the wording is. I know on the combi, like what you said. First of all, the pins are on the opposite side. They're on the left side, not on the right side.
Yeah.
And the wording is more open, so it's actually, I find that it's more forgiving on the combi to have a bit of a thicker tool. So that's why if you look at my combi pick versus my Primus pick, the combi one is actually a little bit thicker.
Oh wow.
But
yeah,
the Primus one is
See, and I
super
I
thin.
feel like this one needs a thicker one because I feel I keep thinking that maybe I'm just not using it, like it's not strong enough to be doing what it's supposed to do. If I would have, I should probably get a different one with side pins to mess with beforehand. But I just, what's the point? This one has it, so I should just be able to figure it out though.
But just to give you a sense of like what okay, so this is a number 1 Huck unmodified, and then this is the number 1 Huck combi pick. So you can see them kind of side by side there.
Oh yeah.
They're the same exact pick, but look how much thinner I made that combi one.
For sure.
And it's really important for these locks. I'd say that's your first thing that you want to do, is to really try to make a tool that will work well in the lock. Because I find using like a triangle or like a pick or something that's not specifically made for this, like it doesn't work as well. So you really want to make your own thing, in my opinion. Maybe there's other people with different thoughts on that, but who can pick these locks much more easily. But I'll show you another thing that you can do. If I left all my gutting stuff over there. Just give me 1 second.
Do we have the time for a complete gut?
What's that?
Do we have the time for a gut?
Not a full gut. We'll have to but Isaac, no. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, no,
we're gonna run
don't
out.
worry,
of
I'm not
time.
gonna like reassemble or anything or take the whole thing apart. Anyways, all I want to show is so here are the finger pins. So you want to I dropped a pin, but I'll fix that in a second. Essentially, you want to make sure that you have a... You love giving me that sound, don't you? You just want to measure out your...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I should be doing, yes.
Yeah, like, take the lock apart and actually, like, look at how your tool fits in to the holes. And essentially... Oh, I got my thing stuck. Okay, so, I'm going to get another sound.
Isaac's not going to come back. He's gonna be
I'm getting traumatized. So what I do is I'll go behind the pin and I'll pull it, or go in front of the pin and push it. You see how you can do that with just this little flag? And then you can also lift it. But really, look at when the key is in. I just want you to see something. When the key is actually in, hopefully I don't get any sounds. Okay, we're good. There we go. And just, there you go, LockHeat. The pin is back in. No uh-ohs. And I haven't lost any sidebar spring, so we're still good. Look how close, like, this is the key in.
They barely rotate, huh?
They depends. They barely rotate, but also look how high up they go. They barely go up. So most of the time when I first learned this lock, I was really trying to lift them. You know, but
they don't go that much.
They barely go at all.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm doing, is just completely oversetting like whatever first one I'm hitting, and so everything's gonna be mushy after that anyways. Like
exactly. So you just have to really, when I really started to get this lock, the tool I had I didn't fully modify it enough. I ended up modifying it more before I broke it on the V10, but it was too thick before, and I was really just kind of using it going under the pins, and they were oversetting some of them. And then I would come back and then catch them on the way back, and I was using light tension, and it just basically was just low enough. It barely overset it, and it kind of jiggled everything into place, and it worked. But when I finally started to get it was when I wasn't trying to lift the pins. I was just basically trying to go under them and just scooch my way to the back and see what I could feel.
Because now that I'm looking at the key of it, like the lowest one is like very low. I mean, if I had, now that I'm thinking about using the diamond, if I put it in the wrong way, that's going to overset all of these. If I hold it up against here, every single one of these is lower than this diamond anyway.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Start off
unless
with
I put it
making the
in
right
sideways.
tool.
I mean, but this is probably my best bet.
Yeah. So
The flag.
best to start off with like making like modifying a flag to be perfectly fit. That's why I like the huck picks, because they're perfect templates to modify stuff. So you can make a number 1 into or a number 2, whatever you need to do. Pretty much any of them you can modify. But the other thing I would say is when you're learning the sidebar, put in 1 standard pin into the chamber, just 1. But don't do it with no pins in there. So just 1 pin, and then learn it with just 1 finger pin, and then 2 finger pins, and then 3 finger pins. So you can really learn what the feel of the finger pins are. You'll find that once 1 and 2 finger pins will be pretty easy. Up to 3 finger pins, it might start to get a little more challenging. But once you're at 4 finger pins, then it'll really start to pick up and challenging, and how
that'll
the
be
feedback
it too,
feels.
to pick it, because I think there's only 4 in here. If I'm right, I think there's only 4. There might be 5, but
If
yeah,
you can I was gonna say, if you can do 4, you can do 5 as well.
Yeah, I definitely will have to take them out. I didn't even think to take those out. I just figured, well, I just want to get them binding so I can, see what the heck they feel like. So I thought taking out the other pins, that way I know for a fact it's picked, so something has to bind. But like I said, I'm kind of like, I was just getting so frustrated with it because I could tell. I'm like, well, I at least got a false set. Even if they're not fully picked, there's at least a false set. So I should be able to interact with these, with these sidebar pins. I should be able to. And I just wasn't getting anywhere. But I think that's what's happening. I'm immediately oversetting something and just like making everything else just into mush.
Yeah, so that's probably my initial suggestions. But keep me posted on the progress, because
Oh, I for
definitely
sure will. This is that one's a red belt, so it's gonna take me a while anyways to get it figured out and stuff. I'm sure it's gonna be a battle, but I should be making some progress, and that's where when I wasn't making any is when I start getting like frustrated, because I'm like, at least if I'm making a little bit, I don't mind keeping up on it, but when I'm making none, I know that I'm not doing something right, and if I can't figure that out, it's pointless. But
yeah.
well, thank you, Isaac. I appreciate all your help. You always have so much to help us with. Honestly, I love when you come on, because I know a lot of people get help from that.
It's my pleasure. I learn a lot from you guys as well. I learned so much from this community. It goes 2 ways. But I just wanted to show you. It's also for Lakeview Lock Sport. The Everest Primus. It's not angled cuts, as far as I like from what I can see, from what I've been learning. It's the cuts are just basically like, here's a diagram of how it will be. So if it's like a what is this, a deep left, where the pin will be on the left side and deeper on the key, like a deeper cut,
right,
then it'll be cut over here. Whereas if it's a shallow right, it'll be cut up here. So if the cut is up here, it will guide the finger pin down into this section. There'll be all of this will just be metal, so the finger pin will have to slide into this section, which will automatically rotate it. It's not that the cut themselves are angled, it's just that the cuts are in different positions on the key that will force the finger to be at a different angle.
Oh, wow.
And then this is a picture of kind of generally what it would look like if you're holding the finger pin from the finger, just pointing straight out, and where the true gate will be according to these positions. Anyways, that's a little picture I did to help me do the measuring when I was measuring out the Primuses from before.
Yeah, I need to do more research on this one and just watch. I think I need to watch a few more videos, but like it's hard because a lot of people don't show. They just kind of show what they're say. Okay, I've got to click here. I've got to click here, and then oh, it's open, and then it's kind of like, oh well, hold on a minute,
Yeah, exactly.
So
As soon as you start to get the feedback on it, it'll make so much sense to you. Especially, you have that nuanced feel, so you'll be able to sense like when the pin is set versus not set. But first, you have to get past the barrier of the toolage and the learning the nuance of the actual feedback.
Right. Yeah, that's my problem. I'm just gonna have to check on that. I'm gonna take it apart and check on the tool again, like you said, and that's where I'm gonna start with this one now. I think start over.
By the way, Kurt's here. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
I saw that. He showed up late, but he showed up late. Better late than never. We're just getting ready to sign off. Picksmith.
But now that he's here, we can go another hour.
Poor Lucky. He'll be sleeping on the keys, and all we'll hear is his pressing that fart button.
LockHeat is just like, no, I need to go.
For the record, it's past 1 a.m. here, so.
All right. Well, we will let you go, LockHeat, and I appreciate you, Isaac. Thank you, and thank you to everybody who come on and was BSing with us and hanging out with us. We had a great time, I think. Picksmith, I'm so sorry you were late.
I can use this broken Peterson tensioner as disc detainer turner now.
See?
There we go.
Repurposing at its best.
The Peterson disc detainer turning tool.
That is a good idea, though.
On that note,
oh God, GT Man said at least there's no smell-o-vision. That's true. All right, well, have a great first of the year, everybody. And I'm not sure when if LockHeat and I are going to do a Sunday or a Monday or a Saturday next week. I don't know, but we will keep you posted once we decide on that, I guess. LockHeat, did you think of a day you want to do, or are we
no,
doing
I can do both. So
okay.
if it's me, we can do it Sunday. But
all right, maybe we'll do it Sunday. We could take a poll again or something or whatever, but we'll announce it and let you guys know ahead of time for sure. But it looks like we could probably do Sunday. So if everybody else likes Sunday, we could do that, but we'll figure it out.
It'll be the next year for sure.
Yeah. That's going to be cool.
On that note, see you all next week.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good week, guys. Happy New Year.
You too. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for stopping by.
Bye-bye.